for most of the season. He's hurt. He's not going to play. But Mitchell Wade has done a good job over the last couple weeks of carrying the load at the running back spot. And you pair him with Evan Harper, who is a threat both as a runner and as a receiver. Suddenly the Cardinals are feeling a lot better about how their offense is going. And when you talk about Mentor, you're talking about defense, and you're talking about perhaps the finest defensive player anywhere in Northeast Ohio at any position in Brennan Vernon, the 6'5", 260-pound junior. He is a Notre Dame commit. And I didn't realize I had my crowd mic up that high there. Let you hear the St. Ignatius band a little earlier than I had anticipated. But Vernon anchors a defense that has allowed 21 points per game this year, but one thing Mentor has done well is they have forced turnovers. They've got a plus 11 turnover margin. So if Vernon, they feel like they can unleash Vernon in the pass rush and cause Joey Pfaff to be a little bit pressured tonight, maybe they can force some turnovers and have that be a big factor for them in this football game tonight. But again, Mentor coached by Matt Gray in his second season, 5-5 this year, 14-7 in his 2 years after replacing the great Steve Trevisano. Now, on the other side, it's St. Ignatius. And the Wildcats 6-4 this year, but pause on something. They've had injuries too, and coaches, whenever you talk to coaches and you say, hey, boy, coach, you had a tough year, you have injuries, they don't want to hear the excuse, but it's legitimate, and it's been a problem for both teams. Joey Pfaff, the aforementioned quarterback for the Wildcats, has been banged up this year, so they've had to turn to Josh Papish, and Papish actually had a good game last week against a team from Canada and ended up throwing for 3 touchdowns. Football North Clarkson last week in St. Ignatius' victory. But I would say if you're looking at, well, what went wrong this year for the Wildcats or why they didn't get things cranked up until now, part of it's their schedule, folks. On their 10-week schedule, they played 8 teams that played in the postseason last year, including 2 defending state champions. And oh, by the way, they beat both of those defending state champions, St. Xavier and also Archbishop Hoban. So, and they've had Mentor, as we mentioned. They've had St. Edward, of course, their rival game, both Moeller and St. Xavier out of Cincinnati. So it has not been easy sledding this year for the Wildcats, but they have played better over the last couple of weeks. They only lost by 1 on the road at Moeller 3 weeks ago, 29-28. Ooh, they're about to have the anthem here, I believe. Yep. We'll finish that thought in a second. St. Ignatius' marching band providing the national anthem here at Byers Field in this Division I, Region I first-round playoff matchup. Again, for St. Ignatius, we just finishing that thought, they had a tough schedule, but they started to play better. You know, the loss to St. Edward by 5, and then had lost to Moeller in overtime by a point, came right back and won an impressive Saturday afternoon game against St. Xavier, and then also wrapped it up last week with the win against Football North out of Ontario. So Chuck Kyle's team feeling like maybe they're starting to put it together at the right time, and this would be the time you really want to see them, I think, really come through and beat their rival and maybe start themselves on a playoff run. Chuck Kyle, this is his 39th year as the head coach of St. Ignatius. 367 wins to 103 losses. He has 1 tie and 11 state championships I mean, 11 championships in 39 years is just remarkable, and he is one of the real great people, not only as a coach, but as a person you'll find anywhere in the sporting community here in Northeast Ohio. All right, let's, as we have a few moments here, so we have Spectrums here tonight, so we're starting this game a little bit after 7 o'clock. The other games in Division I, Region 1, and Tyler Carey will keep us posted throughout the night of what to expect in some of these games here in the bracket. The top seed in this region is St. Edward. They're going to host Lorraine tonight. Brunswick will take on Berea Mid-Park. Brunswick, the 8th seed, and Berea Mid-Park, the 9th seed, playing that game at Brunswick Automart Stadium. You've got Canton McKinley hosting Solon. McKinley, the 4th seed. Solon at number 13. Jackson will welcome in Strongsville tonight. Jackson, the 5 seed. The Mustangs from Strongsville, the 12 seed. And then the bottom half of the bracket where we are, you've got Medina, the 2 seed, hosting Shaker Heights. Cleveland Heights hosting Elyria. Cleveland Heights at the 7 seed. Elyria the 10 seed. Don't sleep on the Pioneers to have a potential upset on that one tonight. Although Cleveland Heights feels a lot better about themselves after beating Shaker Heights last week in a come-from-behind game. You've got Stowe hosting Glen Oak. Stowe the 3 seed. Glen Oak the 14 seed. So if it holds to chalk, Stowe will host the winner of our game next Friday night in the second round. And, of course, you have St. Ignatius and Mentor where we are here tonight at Byers Field. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups here as we get ready to go. St. Ignatius and Mentor. When the Wildcats are on offense tonight, Joey Pfaff will be their quarterback, a 6'5", 190-pound senior. He's got Marty Lenahan in the backfield. Lenahan already with 915 yards rushing and 16 touchdowns on the ground, 17 touchdowns total. And then out of a 3 wide receiver set, Colin Vollmer, Stephen Bottomer, and Patrick Tompkins. Tompkins, a good one. He's got 26 catches this year. And Sean Ward is the tight end, although they'll bring in Will Robinson and when they go to double tight ends. Robinson's somebody to keep an eye on both offensively and defensively. And on the offensive line, it's Ashton Montgomery at left tackle, William Watalis at left guard, Patrick LaBelle at center, Dominic Ferenc at right guard, and Brian Keene is the right tackle. Mentor on defense will operate out of a 3-4. Brennan Vernon, Benny Loduca, and Matt Saver up front. Vernon, of course, the guy will call a lot tonight. At least that's what Mentor hopes if they're to win this game. Dean Dudas and Tyler Wilkinson are the outside backers. Colin Orris and Jack Gelding are the 2 inside linebackers. Michael Harrison and Ethan Smith at the corners. Caleb Poto is a good one. 5 interceptions this year at free safety. Chris Finucane is the strong safety. When Mentor has the ball tonight on the offensive side, Jacob Snow will start at quarterback, Mitchell Wade at running back, Evan Harper, kind of a hybrid running back and wide receiver, Michael Norwood, Jordan Stapleton, and Sam Kish are the other wide receivers, Ethan Bostelman, who's getting some looks from some D1 schools at left tackle, Michael McClure at left guard, Blake Rice is the center, Danny Call at right guard, and Brandon Ryan at right tackle. St. Ignatius' defense with a 3-3-5 look, Will Robinson and Peter Shaloub are the ends. Thomas Wasinski at the nose. Gavin Berger and Braden Lair are the outside backers. Chris Ernie is the middle linebacker. Brandon Webster will get the start at corner tonight. Franklin Pike is injured for the Wildcats. Jack Mangan is the other corner. Griffin Taliak, Joe Norris, and A.J. Spellacy are the safeties. Those are your starting lineups as we are ready to go here from Byers Field. Round 1 of the playoffs. We will follow Northeast Ohio from here all the way to Canton. If we anticipate that there will be at least one team in one division somewhere here in Northeast Ohio that'll make it to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium for a state championship. And if that's the case, we plan to be there. But between now and then, we'll be with you for a playoff game of the week each Friday night between now and state championship weekend. So we're very excited about that and could not have picked a better game to start this postseason with than Mentor and St. Ignatius. Something to keep in mind as St. Ignatius gets on the field. These two teams have met 5 times. There have been 5 occasions where these two teams have played twice in a season. When that's happened the 4 previous times, the team that has won the regular season matchup has lost the playoff matchup. So if history would go to form, that would not be good news for Mentor. And the Cardinals say, let's break tradition and find a way to win. Mentor has won. They have won 4 straight in this rivalry, going back to 2017. And Mentor is 4-2 against St. Ignatius in the playoffs. So we are ready to go. We had rain for most of the afternoon here in Northeast Ohio, and certainly here in Parma, but rain has stopped, and it's a chilly Friday night here for late October, but it's very pleasant and great way for us to begin the postseason. Zeb Eldridge will kick it off for the Wildcats. Evan Harper, Michael Norwood back deep to receive. It's going to be caught on a running catch at the 10, out to the 20, to the 25, and I believe it's Norwood getting run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It was either Norwood or Harrison, and a little extra pushing and shoving. Would expect no less from a St. Ignatius Mentor game, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mentor Cardinals. And they're actually going to say Harrison was out of bounds at the 25, so Cardinals will start at that particular point over on the right hash. Looking down here on my near side, I believe that's Evan Harper, flanked out wide left. As you have a pistol look here with Snow in the shotgun. And he's got Waite standing behind him. 1st and 10 Cardinals as we get underway. And on the ground, out to the 29-yard line for a gain of 4. That was actually Harper. And Evan picks up 4 on that gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Evan Harper, as a runner, is averaging nearly 8 yards per carry this year. And as a receiver, he's got 17 catches for 375 yards. Big play type of player. Snow to the shotgun. He's got Harper to his left. Mentor will go 2 receivers here on the near side, including Nick Farley, and 1 receiver out wide right. 2nd and 6, Cardinals at their own 29 as we were just getting underway. High snap, pulled down, and a good job by Harper to bounce to the outside. But once he got to the 30, then he got wrestled down at that particular point. A hard-earned 1-yard gain, and I mean hard-earned. It will set up a 3rd down and 5. Will Robinson amongst those to finish off the play for the Wildcats. Joe Norris, from his strong safety position, also made the tackle. 3rd and 5 Cardinals at their own 30, just getting underway here at Byers Field in Parma, the home of St. Ignatius, amongst the Parma City schools as well. Pistol look again for the Cardinals. 3rd down and 5. Snow looks, fires over to the right. Pass caught at the 40 to the 45-yard lines and out of bounds. And a 1st down for Mentor. Over there on the far side, that's Michael Norwood with the catch. His 35th reception of the year. And it's good for a 1st down out to the 44. Gain of 14 for Michael Norwood. And, you know, Snow had some time there, and good to see a lot of zip on that pass. He's ready to go. Harper will stand behind him, 1st and 10. Harper will get the carry and get hit on the backside and brought down. If he's lucky, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but I don't even know if they're going to be that generous. And St. Ignatius read the play well. Blaise Mastriani amongst those on the tackle. And that's going to be a loss of about 2, 2nd down and 12. 2 minutes gone by here in this 1st quarter of this division. No score. 2 receivers left side for the Cardinals, 1 to the right. Wildcats showing blitz, 2nd and 12. Snow fake handoff, wants to throw, time over the middle. He's got Norwood to the 30, out to the 25, all the way down to the Wildcat 21-yard line. Snow to Norwood, just on a slant pattern, and it's good for a 1st down. Again, there's nothing wrong with the throwing of Jacob Snow here in this 1st quarter. And the key there, you looked and you saw the Wildcats looking like they were pinching in, ready to come in and blitz, but good job by the offensive line for the Cardinals to give Snow time to throw. Ball marked at the 20, 1st and 10 Cardinals. Snow to throw again, blitzed, he'll run left, trying to get back to the 20, still running. He gets to the 15 and out of bounds to about the 11-yard line. Got run out of bounds there, but Snow patiently waited for somebody to get open and finally decided to run it out of bounds. Brandon Webster, the cornerback, there to run him out of bounds, but Snow picks up 8 on first down. They will mark it at the 12. Jacob Snow having a good drive here to open this game for the Mentor Cardinals. Ball now at the left hash, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the St. Ignatius 12. Snow has Harper to his left with 3 wide receivers, plus you've got somebody over there in the wing. Give to Harper, up the gut. He'll get to the 10, and that's really about it. Mentor doing a pretty good job. St. Ignatius doing a pretty good job in the early going against the run, and again, Will Robinson makes that tackle. So that will bring up now, but they're going to say, because it was a 2-yard gain, it was enough for the first down. Wasn't much, but it was what they needed. So it's now 1st and goal. Again from a pistol. Harper in there standing behind quarterback Jacob Snow. Rolls right. Flushed. Back to the 20. Throws. End zone. And it is incomplete. Well, he had 2 or 3 Mentor Cardinals in the end zone. And trying to see on the far side who that was. I think it might have Sam Kish, who was the closest Cardinal to the football. But, I mean, Snow just had to get rid of it. He was being chased there big time. 2nd and goal. 9:05 to play here in the first quarter. We've got no score. But the Cardinals on the move. Farley out wide left. Harper will be behind quarterback Jacob Snow with 2 receivers on the right. 2nd and goal. Evan Harper gets the carry. This time he finds a seam, makes a nice cut inside the 5, and is brought down near the 3-yard line. Peter Shaloub made the touchdown-saving tackle at about the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal. Pretty good cut, though, by Harper to give himself some room. So the market just inside the 4, and it's 3rd and goal from there. And they're going to go with a Wildcat look. Harper's going to take the snap. He's got it. He runs, tries to get to his right, then cuts in, but will be put down at the 3-yard line. I thought I saw Snow go out to the wide receiver spot right. So Wildcat not successful, and it sets up a 4th and goal at the 3. So they'll give Harper a 1-yard gain, and I think Matt Gray is going to bring in the field goal team and have Matt Mogling attempt a field goal. Well, it's, you know what, in the regular season, they go for it. I can almost guarantee. This is the playoffs. You don't want to miss out on points. They'll put it down right about at the 10-yard line, so it's a 20-yard attempt. Snap and holder good. Kick up on its way. It is good. Matt Mogling gets his 2nd field goal of the season, and he puts Mentor on top 3-0 with 7:44 to go in this opening quarter. But again, that's the right decision by Matt Gray, no question about it. You're at a point where you get these trips down the field, and you have no idea what kind of a game it's going to be. It could be high scoring. You know, we had 28-26 when these 2 teams played back in late August, but you know, you have an opportunity to get points against St. Ignatius. You're advised to do so, and I think that's the right call. And again, if this is in August, I'm guessing Matt Gray probably goes for it. So a good scoring drive, though, by the Cardinals. It comes up a little bit short of the end zone, but a couple of Jacob Snow to Michael Norwood passes really led the way there and set up the field goal, I should say, for the 3-0 lead. So we'll get our first look at Joey Pfaff and the St. Ignatius offense coming up. Marty Lenahan is going to be the guy, I think, to really watch tonight. He's had a terrific season running the ball, and he's been, in weeks where they've had the injuries, Lenahan's been the guy to really kind of, hey, guys, just carry, get on my back and I'll carry us. Mogling will kick it off. Charlie Dunston amongst those back deep to receive for the Wildcats. Mogling approaches the football and tries a little pooch kick, and well done by Patrick Tompkins one of the upmen, who's a starting wide receiver, to make the catch back at the 40-yard line. It was just a little floater pooch kick that they were kind of angled to the right to see if they could catch St. Ignatius off guard. And nice job by Tompkins. They're going to mark it at the Wildcat 37, maybe the 38-yard line. We just saw an onside kick. If you think about it, just last week when we were over at Nordonia in that game against Benedictine. Pfaff ready to go on first down. Lenahan will get the carry. Cuts inside to the 40, to the 45, and Lenahan near the first down marker out to the 48-yard line. Marty Lenahan, 5'11", 190-pound senior, averaging 4.6 yards per carry this year. Looking to get over 1,000 yards. He's got 915 and add 10 to that total now after that carry. 1st and 10 Wildcats at their own 48. Pfaff will go to the shotgun. He's got Lenahan to his left on his hip pocket with 3 wide receivers. Back on the ground, draw Lenahan to the 50, to the Cardinal 45-yard line, and then put down there. Jack Geduldig, the middle linebacker, amongst those on the stop. But on that carry, they mark it at the 45 of the Cardinals, so you give Marty Lenahan 7 on first down. 2 receivers out wide left, including Max Murison, and 1 receiver to the right. In motion is the tight end Sean Ward, right to left. Back to throw Pfaff. Over the middle, pass caught, 39 to the 35 and out to the 33-yard line. Colin Vollmer on the catch. And it's another Wildcat first down. 6'5", he's a big target, 6'5", 195 pounds. And he gets a first down for the Wildcats, first Pfaff throw of the night, and it's a good one for the first down. And Wildcats coming right back after that opening drive field goal by the Cardinals. Again, Murison out wide left, 2 receivers to the right for the Wildcats. 1st and 10, St. Ignatius at the Mentor 33. They'll go on the ground. This time it's Joey Georges on the carry, but Georges is going to be put down for maybe about a yard, and that's really about it. Colin Orris amongst those on the tackle. Benny LaDuca also there. Give Georges 1, 2nd down and 9. St. Ignatius now will go to a 4 wide receiver set. And Lenahan back in at running back on 2nd down and 9. He'll get the carry off the draw. He's got room to the 27 and then it gets pushed back. But give Lenahan 5 on that carry and it will set up a 3rd down and 4 at the Cardinal just inside the 27. Clock moving, 5:30 to go here in this opening quarter. 3-0 Mentor here at Byers Field. Division I, Region I, first-round playoff game. Tompkins and also Murison will go out wide left. You've got 1 receiver wide right, tight end Ward, wing right. Now he'll go right to left. 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. Pfaff looks left, throws left, caught at the 13. Out to the 10 is Tompkins. And depending on where they spot this, it'll be a 1st and goal for St. Ignatius. Patrick Tompkins with his 27th catch of the year. And he's got the Wildcats set up for a 1st and goal. Both quarterbacks in this opening drives have had plenty of time to throw, not a lot of pressure. St. Ignatius will stay in a 4 wide receiver set on 1st and goal at the 10. Pfaff ready for the shotgun snap, gets it, hands, Lenahan, cuts back, and then cuts inside and is put down at the 9-yard line for a gain of 1. Dean Dudas, Colin Orris, basically the Mentor Cardinal linebacking core on that tackle. 2nd and goal at the 9. Clock continues to move, though. We're already under 4.5 to play here in the first quarter. 2nd and goal at the 9 for the Wildcats. Tompkins slot left, and you've got Murison out wide left. 2 receivers near on the right. 2nd and goal at the 9. Shotgun for Joey Pfaff. Turns, gives, Lenahan running left, cuts inside the 5, goes to the 4, and then stopped there where it will be 3rd down and goal. A couple of nice cuts by Marty Lenahan, but not able to bust through, and it'll be a 3rd and goal. And Caleb Poto from his safety spot will get credited for the tackle. Tyler Wilkinson, another linebacker on the stop. So it's a 3rd and goal now for St. Ignatius. They'll actually spot it at the Cardinal 5. With 3:40 to go, opening quarter. St. Ignatius trying to take the lead. On a 3rd and goal, Pfaff ready. He's got the snap, pressured, throws, end zone, and it's incomplete. He overshot it, and for the first time on that drive, Mentor got some pressure on Joey Pfaff, and we're able to effect the throw, and it'll set up a 4th down and goal at the 5, and we will see the field goal unit for St. Ignatius as Zeb Eldridge will check in. It looked like for Mentor, Colin Oros was coming in, and I think also Brennan Vernon was coming in as well. They'll mark this down at right about at the 12, so it's a 22-yard attempt to try to tie the ball game. Ball is down, kick is up, on its way, and it is no good. No good. Just sailed a little bit to the left, and St. Ignatius will come up with 0 points as Eldridge misses the short field goal. 3:25 to go here in this first quarter. Mentor will take over. Boy, that was a long, time-sustained drive. St. Ignatius did everything right there except execute inside the 10, and that included the field goal. So Mentor will start at the 20 after the miss with a 3-0 lead. Waite will stand to the left of quarterback Jacob Snow, and then you've got Harper behind him in the pistol. 1st and 10, fake to Harper, bootleg left. Snow to throw, pass caught, 1st down at the 30, and it's a rolling catch out to the 32-yard line. On the far side, I believe that's Michael Norwood again on the catch. And it was a 1st down pickup. Mark it at the 32. Well, I think Snow's 3 for 3, and I think they've all been to Norwood here. Now, he had 1 miss in the end zone, that's right, but 3 for 4. Been very effective here in this first quarter. Cardinals 3, Wildcats nothing. Some movement in the backfield. Snow had moved back to the pistol. Now he's got Harper behind him. 3 wide receivers. And on 1st down, here comes Harper. And had an initial surge, but then was pushed back at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Chris Ernie, middle linebacker, finished off the play, but really credit that defensive line. Thomas Wasinski, Will Robinson, and Peter Shalhoub for kind of buttoning up the middle and enabled Ernie to come over and finish off the play. No gain, 2nd down and 10 as we're under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Again out of the pistol, 2nd and 10. Snow looks left, throws left, incomplete at the 40-yard line. And we've got some pushing and shoving after that incomplete pass. Was trying a slant pass to Norwood, and Norwood did not appreciate, I think it might have been Griffin Taliak, just the extracurriculars after the high throw and the incomplete pass, just in the kind of an extra little put down into the field turf, and Norwood was not appreciative of that. And no flags either way. Officials just kind of keeping control of everything, and they'll call now a 3rd down and 10. Yeah, good no flag there. 1 receiver to the right. You've got both Farley and Norwood out to the left. And now Harper goes out as a receiver as well. 3rd and 10. Here's Snow. Guns one to the right, and was looking for Harper, incomplete at the 45-yard line. Again, a little too much on that throw, went over his head, and it's a 4th down in a punting situation for the Cardinals. Matt Mogling, in addition to doing the place kicking, is also the punter. And he's had a pretty good year kicking the football, averaging 36 yards per punt with a long of 50. And you've got one man in single safety. I believe that's Dunston at the 36-yard line for the Wildcats. Good snap, and Mogling will get the kick away. High kick. Dunston will run under it and basically eat it at the 33-yard line. Didn't call a fair catch, but that's essentially what that was. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Wildcats at their own 34 with 2:31 to go, opening quarter, in a 3-0 Mentor game. Ignatius will have their second possession of this first quarter. They took the opening possession all the way down to the Mentor 5, but we've got an injured Wildcat on the field as well. But drive stalled there, and then they missed what would have been a 22-yard field goal by Zeb Eldridge. So concern right now is for the injured Wildcat, trying to get up at his own 45, and the trainers are saying, wait a second, you're not quite ready, and now they will get the young man on his feet. But he's going to need some assistance to get off the field. And that's Jack Mangan, who's the starting cornerback for the Wildcats, who's limping off the field and needs assistance from a couple of trainers to help him off. So we'll keep an eye on that. As we said at the outset, St. Ignatius is already playing without one of their starting corners tonight in Franklin Pike. He's out of action. Brandon Webster is starting in his place. So Chuck Kyle may be without both of his starting corners here. We'll wait and see how Mangan is. Meanwhile, Pfaff ready to go. 1st and 10 Wildcats. As he fakes the handoff, rolls right, has time, throws, pass caught at the Mentor 40, and they say yes, it's a catch. That's a great grab by Colin Vollmer, getting 1 foot in, and it's a first down at the Cardinal 40, and a heck of a throw by Joey Pfaff. Boy, he put it where it was going to either be Vollmer with the catch or it was going to be out of bounds. It was a beautiful sideline throw. They'll actually mark it at the 41 of the Cardinals, but, I mean, do the math. That's, 16 and 8. 24 yards and a beauty by Joey Pfaff. He gets the snap, hands to Lenahan inside the 40. Marty will take it down to the Cardinal 37. Got about 4 on that gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6 as we approach 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter. 3-0 Mentor, but the Wildcats on the march again. Ball at the right hash. It will be Murrison going out wide left. I think that's Vollmer wide right. So 2 tight end look now for the Wildcats, I should say. And before they can run the playoff, we've got whistle and flags, and they're motioning that it's against Mentor. Somebody may have been lined up in the neutral zone. Yep, move it up 5. Put the ball at the 32-yard line, and instead of 2nd down and 6, it's now going to be 2nd and 1. I didn't see an official indication, but that's clearly what that penalty was. Ball will stay at the right hash. Tompkins is essentially playing a tight end right now. He's tight on the left, and you've got Sean Ward then behind him with 2 wide receivers. 2nd and 1. Let's see what the Wildcats do here. They'll go to Lenahan, running left, cuts back middle, gets the first down to the 30-yard line, and then immediately planted there. But Brennan Vernon will make the stop with Jack Gaduldig. But enough for a first down for the Wildcats at the Mentor 30-yard line. As we count down towards 1 minute to play in this first quarter at Byers Field. 3-0 Mentor. For the second time, St. Ignatius marching down the field into Cardinal territory. Sean Ward will actually go wide left along with Murrison. 2 receivers right, now Tompkins in motion. 1st and 10 from the 30. Pfaff looks over the middle. Pass is deflected and incomplete and almost intercepted by safety Chris Finucane. It was intended for the tight end Ward, and it was thrown a little bit behind him, and Finucane nearly came away with a pick. That's been a problem for both quarterbacks this year. Both Pfaff and Snow have had issues with picks. Pfaff has thrown 8 interceptions, and I believe Snow's thrown 9 this year. 2nd and 10. We're down to 1:10 to go in the first quarter. 3-0 Mentor. Shotgun for Joey Pfaff. He'll hand Marty Lenahan up the middle to the 25. Falls ahead inside the 20 to the 19. Colin Orris makes the tackle, but that sets up a first down and another 1st and 10. The ball will be parked down at the 19-yard line. I love the way Lenahan runs. He's got good vision, and he makes decisive cuts. There's a late Cardinal checking in on defense, and Mac Ray's not going to be happy, but he's going to take a timeout. 47 seconds to play in the first quarter, and Mentor will spend their first of their 3 timeouts here in the first half, as it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Mentor 19-yard line. Our high school football playoff game of the week. First of at least, I hope we have 6, at least that many. It was presented by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is your home of the original chicken sandwich. Stop by your neighborhood Chick-fil-A in Cleveland, Akron, Canton. There's one right here next to Byers Field in Parma. All right, so Joey Pfaff has Marty Lenahan in his hip pocket to the right, with 3 wide receivers, and you've got Ward tight end on a wing left. 1st and 10 from the 19. Lenahan will go off of left tackle, and he'll take it inside the 19 and move ahead to about the 16-yard line. Gets 3, 2nd down and 7 as we approach the end of this opening quarter. That's what we thought, I think. Low scoring, anticipating that we were going to have some rain tonight. Low scoring, but a lot of running and quick clocks to this point. That's what we've had. 3-0 Mentor, although again, St. Ignatius in the red zone. 2nd and 7 from the Cardinals 16. Fake the Lenahan, pass over the middle, incomplete at the 5-yard line. As they were trying to go to Max Murrison, and crowd wanted a penalty. They're not going to get it, thinking that the cornerback may have made contact a little early. Looking down at the instant replay, I think ball and player arrived pretty close. It's pretty good no call there, and it sets up a 3rd down and 7 with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter at the 16-yard line of Mentor. Pfaff again on the shotgun. Vollmer in motion to the right. Pfaff looking right. He'll dump it out. Lenahan has it at the 20. Makes a nice move at the 15. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. Dives across the pylon, and he's in for a touchdown. With no time remaining at the end of the first quarter, Joey Pfaff to Marty Lenahan on a dump-off screen pass. Good for 16 yards and a touchdown. That is Joey Pfaff's 8th touchdown pass of the season for Marty Lenahan. His 2nd touchdown catch. He has 18 total touchdowns on the season. Extra point for Zeb Eldridge. This is essentially where he had a field goal earlier at this spot and missed it. Let's see if he can get the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. And this time it is good. End of the first quarter at Byers Field. It is St. Ignatius 7 and Mentor 3. It was really one of those situations. Pfaff was, I think he was looking for Vollmer all the way, but he had some pressure coming in and had to get rid of it. And Lenahan was his safety valve, and it was just a question of if Marty could get to the sideline and basically run down the sideline, and he made a nice move at the 15-yard line. Once he did, it just became a question of he could get to the end zone in time, and he did on a nice dive. Scoreboard for you here in this opening Friday night of high school playoff football. Stowe shutting out Glen Oak in the first quarter, 21-0. Medina shutting out Shaker Heights, 26-0 in the first quarter. These are really no surprises. Elyria in the first quarter, leading Cleveland Heights 6-0. St. Edward shutting out Lorraine, 28-0 first quarter. McKinley over Solon, 7-0. That's in the first quarter. In the second, Berea Mid-Park leading Brunswick 14-7. And how about this? It's very, very, very early. But in the second quarter, in Division III, Region 9, and is Dino's favorite region, if you've followed us long enough here on our high school game of the week, Chardon 7, Akron East 7. in a 1 versus 16 game. Again, long way to go, but not a bad job by East to be equalized with the Hilltoppers heading into the second quarter. Chardon, I think defensively, when it comes to Division III, you're not going to find a better team anywhere. And having seen them about a month or so ago when we were out there, offensively, I think they're as good or better than they were this time a year ago. And we certainly saw that on the night when they beat Kenston 49-0. But early on, Akron East is giving them a game. Here at Byers Field, on the strength of the 16-yard touchdown pass from Joey Pfaff to Marty Lenahan, St. Ignatius with a 7-3 lead, I should say, over the Mentor Cardinals. Mentor and St. Ignatius both had good early drives. Mentor had to settle for a field goal inside the 5-yard line. St. Ignatius missed a field goal. Mentor got a 20-yard field goal. St. Ignatius missed a 22-yard field goal, but that drive for the Wildcats, they do take it in for 6. So Eldridge will kick it off to Harper and Norwood. Also Michael Harrison back there as well. As we get this second quarter underway here at Byers Field in a 7-3 game with St. Ignatius on top. And Eldridge's kick is high, but returnable at about the 3-yard line. Out to the 10, middle 15, and crossing the 20 to the 21-yard line. It was Mike Harrison on the return. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Let's see how they respond. Thank you. First quarter numbers. As far as total offense, St. Ignatius 118 yards. Mentor had 84. Marty Lenahan, 7 carries for 39 yards. He has also, of course, caught a 16-yard touchdown. Jacob Snow, 3 of 6 for 64 yards passing. Joey Pfaff, 4 of 7 for 70 yards. On the ground on first down, and very little running room for Mentor over on the left side. As first time tonight we've called the number of Mitchell Waite. And Waite got no gain on that. Nope, no gain. 2nd down and 10. Waite's had a pretty good year running the ball, averaging about 5 yards per carry with 4 touchdowns with Brendan Panhurst injured. And, of course, they like to have Harper both as a runner and as a receiver. And before we can get this 2nd down and 10 play called, we have a false start against Mentor. So make it now 2nd and 15. The rest of the first quarter numbers, Michael Norwood, 3 catches, 64 yards. Colin Vollmer, 2 for 37 for St. Ignatius. And Will Robinson with 5 tackles, including a half of a TFL for St. Ignatius. And Jack Geduldig has 4 tackles already for Mentor. 2nd and 15 now. Again from the pistol. Snow tried to dump it out, and it was very close to being a lateral. It's an incomplete pass over back at the 15-yard line. I think Harper was just trying to turn it upfield before he caught it and was alert enough to go and try to pounce on the football just in case they had called it a lateral, but it's an incomplete pass, and it sets up a 3rd down and 15. Yeah, didn't have a whole lot of penalties in that first quarter, but even those 5-yard varieties in this types of game, when you're talking field position, they really loom large here. So really, men are trying to get out of the hole here. 3rd and 15, ball back at their own 16. Snow to throw, pressured, fires over the middle, pass almost intercepted at the 32-yard line. It's incomplete. Was trying to throw it to Sam Kish. That might have been Joe Norris who had a chance to make that pick. Close. So 4th down, and now we will see Matt Mogling into punt. Charlie Dunstan in single safety at the Mentor 47. So Wildcats figuring they're going to get some good field position out of this. Good snap. Kick is away, almost blocked Dunston's going to let it go. It will bounce at the 50, go into Ignatius territory, and Cardinals will finally down it at the St. Ignatius 44. So all things considered, that's a pretty good punt by Mogling just to get it out. And Ignatius had some pretty good pressure on that punt, but they will take over near their own 45, leading 7-3 early in the second quarter. See Stephen Bonnemer now at wide receiver. First time I think we've seen him in there tonight. He and Tompkins out here on the near side left. Two receivers right. Lenahan stands next to quarterback Joey Pfaff on the right side. And I think Ignatius had too many men moving as they were snapping that play. They'll be backed up 5 yards and make it a 1st and 15. As the ball will go back now to the Wildcat 39. Both the wide receiver and a tight end moving at the same time. So it's now a 1st and 15 for St. Ignatius. And again, it'll be the same look. Receiver, well, I take that back. Now they've got Tompkins over on a wing with 3 receivers total now. 1st and 15. Pfaff gives Lenahan. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, able to break away momentarily and get to the 40. He got a yard, but looked like it for a second there. It was going to be a lot more than that. Jack Gadoulding on the tackle. Calling his number quite a bit. It'll be now 2nd and 14. Yeah, both teams really rotating players. As Tyler Wilkinson will check into the game. 10:05 to play here in this first half. 7-3. St. Ignatius on top as Bonnemer goes in motion left. Pfaff to throw left and incomplete. Was looking for Joey Georges over here on the near side. Pretty well covered by Mentor. And that'll set up a 3rd and long. As Chase Hull was over there on the coverage. And it will be 3rd and long for St. Ignatius. Tompkins and Vollmer will go out wide left. And then you've got 2 receivers here on the near side, Bonnemer being one of them. 3rd and 14 Wildcats at their own 40-yard line. Here's Pfaff. Looks, steps up, fires, deep left, and overshoots his intended receiver. I think that was Tompkins at the 20-yard line. So, just like with the Mentor drive, that penalty just kind of sidetracks. It makes it, instead of a 1st and 10, it's 1st and 15. And both teams can't really do anything with it. And we'll see Zeb Eldridge to punt it away. Caleb Poto will go back deep to receive. As he'll stand at his 25. His kick is away. Poto will make the catch from his 27 and gets pushed back to about the 25-yard line. I think they'll basically split the difference and mark it at about the 26-yard line and call it 1st down from there. Poto, we mentioned, has had a good year as a safety in addition to being the team's primary punt returner. 5 interceptions, including a pick 6 this year for the Cards. All right, so let's see what the Cardinals can do now. 1st and 10 at their own 27 at the left hash. They trail 7-3 early in the second quarter. Jacob Snow looking left, now looks right, rolls right, tries to set up a receiver downfield. He'll tuck and run at the 25, gets forward to the 30 and out of bounds at that particular point. Again, Snow does a great job keeping plays alive with his feet. And he waits back at the line of scrimmage until the last possible moment and then finally decides, okay, nothing here, I'm going to run. They actually marked him shy of the 29, so only got 2 yards on the play, but you love the patience, and he just kind of lets things develop, and then, okay, nothing's there, let me go ahead and run it. 2nd down and 8 Harper in the backfield. They'll fake to him. Snow bootleg left. Throws left side. Pass caught at the 30. Out to the 34-yard line. I think that was Robasek, the fullback, making the catch. It was. And they'll spot Robasek at the 35-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd down and 2 coming up. First time we've called Robasek's number tonight. But the big fella able to get them close to first down yardage. All right, so again, the pistol look here for the Cardinals. 3rd and 3, give Harper, runs left, and on a second effort gets a first down and breaks away to the 30. Harper is off to the races. It's a house call. Touchdown for the Mentor Cardinals. Evan Harper, 66 yards on that touchdown run. Everybody, I think, just kind of thought, okay, he's got the first down. His momentum will take him out of bounds. Not so much. He was able to just keep his footing and stay in bounds and go down that left sideline for a 66-yard touchdown. That is Harper's 10th touchdown total this year, his 5th rushing touchdown. Extra point, Mogling. Ball is down, kick is up, on its way, and it is good. 8:33 to go in the second quarter. Mentor has retaken the lead 10-7 on a 66-yard bolt of lightning by Evan Harper. Again, it just, all you thought, well, geez, Harper, he needed to get to about the 37 to get the first down. And it looked like, okay, he got to the 40, but again, his momentum was going to take him out of bounds. Great body control, great footwork, and I think as surprised maybe as Harper was that he was still going, I think St. Ignatius was like, wait a minute, he's out of bounds, isn't he? Nope. 66 yards on that touchdown run. So back and forth we go, and it'll be St. Ignatius' turn to respond after that touchdown by the Cardinals. Edwin Abiacole and Charlie Dunstan will go back deep to receive. 10-7 Mentor. Well, wouldn't have it any other way with these two great rivals. Setting ourselves up for yet another classic between Mentor and St. Ignatius. And again, another pooch attempt. And it's going to be Abiacole coming up and getting it. He gets to the 40. Abiacole to the 50, middle of the field to the 40, and finally got tripped up at the 38-yard line of Mentor. Mike Harrison made the touchdown-saving tackle. I'm checking if that was 10 or I'm sorry, that was 16. That was Dunstan. Abiacole and Dunstan, you had the 10 and the 16 looking a lot like, but that was Charlie Dunstan. Terrific return and nearly busted it for a touchdown. So great field position for St. Ignatius to go on the ground on first down. Here's Lenahan at the 35, cuts inside to the 30. He's to the 20. He's off to the races. 5 in, touchdown, St. Ignatius. Back and forth we go at Byers Field. Wildcats 13, Cardinals 10. Strap in, buckle up, folks. Wow. Dunstan sets it up with a great kick return, and on the very next play, a 38-yard touchdown run by Marty Lenahan. Extra point for Eldridge. Ball is down, kick is up, kick is good. One of the last times I called a playoff game at this stadium, that was that classic between Mentor and St. Edward that went into overtime. And suddenly you're starting to get the feeling this one has that kind of flavor to it. Why not? I'm not going anywhere. You folks listening aren't going anywhere. Let's enjoy it. 14-10, St. Ignatius. I mean, 66-yard haymaker by Evan Harper, and then Lenahan with a 38-yard uppercut. And what you love about this is, great players on these two teams. The quarterbacks, Lenahan and Harper, the running backs, are all making critical plays here for their respective teams. Championship players in championship type of ball games. So, back and forth we go. Eldridge will kick off. And the Cardinals will go back deep to receive. Harper back there. He's to the right. I think that's Harrison on the left. By the way, credit Harrison, again, early on with that tackle. Is this going to be Harper with the catch at the 2-yard line? He'll go out to the 10, 15, left side 20, to the 30, to the 40, to the 45, 50, and finally brought down at the Ignatius 48. All right. Fresh off of a 66-yard touchdown run a few moments ago, Evan Harper with what amounted to about a 50-yard kick return to set his team up 1st and 10 at the St. Ignatius 48. I mean, this is, pick whatever boxing, analogy you want. They all apply here. Ali Frazier. I mean, they're just going back and forth here at Byers Field. Snow ready on 1st down. He rolls right. He throws right. Pass is caught. His fullback Robasek again at the 47, maybe the 46. Very short gain there. Chris Ernie, the middle linebacker, on the stop for St. Ignatius. They'll mark it at the 47, so it's a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. St. Ignatius 14, Mentor 10 with 7:40 to go in the first half. Cardinals with 3 wide receivers. Robasek now kind of a tight end left. And they will give it a jet sweep. No, actually, they'll fake the jet sweep, and it will be a give to Mitchell Waite. Nice job by Jacob Snow to sell the fake to Norwood. And Waite with the carry to the 40-yard line. He gets about 7 on that pickup, and it sets up a 3rd down and 2. Well done by Snow to sell that fake. Had everybody fooled, including yours truly. Waite will stay in. He'll be behind quarterback Jacob Snow in the pistol. Ignatius does some shifting on their defensive line. 3rd and 2. It'll be Waite getting the carry, and he's not going to get there. Wildcats really put up a stone wall back at the 41-yard line. That's a loss of 1, and it will set up a 4th down and 3. And you would think in a close game, Matt Gray's going to go for it here. I mean, you're in St. Ignatius territory. It's a playoff game. Waite will check out. Harper's back in. It will be Mentor going for it here on 4th down and 3. They have to get to the St. Ignatius 38. Harper stands to the right of Snow. Ignatius shows blitz. Here comes Snow. Rolls right, throws. Harper's got it 1st down to the 35 on a little dump off. And he'll fall forward to the St. Ignatius 30-yard line. That is a gain of close to 11 on 4th and 3 and a 1st down. And again, you rolled Jacob Snow out with his ability to look down the field, good patience, and went right to Evan Harper, and they pick up the 1st down. Waite will check back in at running back, and Harper, who's run for like a mile in this game, will get a breather. I mean, a 50-yard kick return, a 66-yard touchdown run, and they're just an 11-yard reception. What a weapon he is. So it's a 1st and 10 for Mentor now at the St. Ignatius 30. High snap, pulled down. Waite will get the carry, and maybe gets about a yard. And that's really about it. I saw Will Robinson there with Thomas Wasinski to make the stop from the left side of that defensive line. Gain of 1 for Waite. It'll be 2nd down and 9 Cardinals. As we approach 5 minutes to go here in the first half. St. Ignatius, on the strength of a couple of Marty Lenahan touchdowns, one on the ground, one in the air, lead Mentor 14-10. Robasek will check in. He'll stand to the right of Snow, who looks to throw. Launches one for Norwood to the right. It is incomplete at the 3-yard line. Now, Norwood wants a flag. He says Griffin Taliak interfered with him, but that ball really was not catchable. It was out of bounds. And it sets up now a 3rd and 9. And I think the Cardinal fans that are looking at the replay are going to want the flag. They won't get it. And it'll be 3rd and 9 at the St. Ignatius 29. Mentor had a field goal early on their first possession from Matt Mogling, and then Evan Harper a few moments ago with a 66-yard touchdown run. Harper back in at running back. Robasek to the right of Snow. Harper stands behind him. It's a 3rd and 9. Snow to throw, pressured, rolls right, in trouble, throws up for grabs, and it's incomplete at the 21-yard line, intended for Sam Kish. And good pressure from both. Eugene Gibbons was in on pressure along with Wasinski. And it sets up a 4th and 9 for Mentor at the St. Ignatius 29. Will Robinson back in there now. He's an imposing presence on that defensive end spot. Mentor has to get to the St. Ignatius 20 to keep this drive going. They trail 14-10, and before they can get a playoff here, Matt Gray says, let's talk about it. Mentor down to 1 timeout remaining in this first half. St. Ignatius still has all their timeouts remaining, so keep that in mind if and when the Wildcats get the ball back, if it's in a few moments or a little bit longer than that. The Wildcats with a 14-10 lead over the Cardinals here at Byers Field. Byers Field, of course, is the home of Parma City Schools. That means Parma Senior. We were here for a Parma game earlier this year against West Geauga. It's the home of Valley Forge. We were here for a Valley Forge game against Buckeye. It's also the home of Normandy. But this is St. Ignatius's primary home field. I think a couple weeks ago they had to play in Strongsville for one reason or another. But this is designated as St. Ignatius's home field, so familiar setting for the Cats. All right, so here we go. It will be 4th and 9 Mentor at the St. Ignatius 29. Harper now will go out wide left. So you've got 4 wide receivers for quarterback Jacob Snow off the shotgun. He's back to throw. Looking left. Throws for Harper. Can't make the diving catch at the 5-yard line. It's incomplete. And St. Ignatius will take over on downs. Coverage over there on the far side for St. Ignatius. Alexander Shurin was over there. And also over there was Sean Martin. Well, I don't think Mangan's back in there at the corner spot. He left earlier in this first half and been limping. But on that particular play, St. Ignatius's cornerbacks did a nice job. So the offense will now take over. Plenty of time, 4:38 to go here in the second quarter. Wildcats with a 4-point lead as Pfaff will turn, give. It's Georges, and Joey Georges will fall forward for a couple out to the 32-yard line, so give him 3. Georges, 5'9", 171 pounds, so a little smaller than Marty Lenahan, but does a good job spelling Marty as that backup running back. 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. And as Vollmer and Ward will go out wide left, and now Tompkins will join them over on the left side. 2nd down, 7 for St. Ignatius from their own 32. Joey Pfaff to the shotgun. Cardinals showing blitz. Here's a draw. Georges breaks an initial tackle and gets out to the 35-yard line.
Hey, Darryl, they missed a real opportunity.
That's a terrific job. I don't know if Pfaff called that from the line, but you know the blitz was coming, and just a well done by the Cardinals, or make that by the Wildcats to, you know, basically run where that blitz was and get something out of nothing. Because if that had been a pass, I think Joey Pfaff would have gotten smothered. Ball at the 35, so Georges gets 3, and it's 3rd down and 4. From the Ignatius 35, Pfaff will dump out. Lenahan has it back at the 30, ahead to the 35, and gets pushed down at the 39. And where they're going to spot him, it should be enough for a first down. And again, I tell you, Marty Lenahan does a great job in open field as a receiver to just kind of keep the play alive and figure out where that first down marker is. Earlier in the half, he took a similar screen pass and took it in for a touchdown. He'll come out and get a breather, and Joey Georges will, as I say, it's Georges. It's not going to be a Georges. It'll be a different running back in there. I think it's Martin going to get a moment at tailback. Martin standing to Pfaff's right, and it's Martin getting the carry. Nice cut to the 44 and falls forward to about the 46-yard line. Sean Martin, only a sophomore, so he'll get an opportunity to be the prime ball carrier next season, and he takes it to the St. Ignatius 46 and gets 7 on first down. I'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. We're down to 2:34 to play in the first half. St. Ignatius 14 and Mentor 10. Martin to the right of Pfaff. And you've got, again, 3 wide receivers for the Wildcats. 2nd down and 3. Pfaff, fake handoff, guns one deep right, and it's incomplete for Vollmer at the 30-yard line. Mike Harrison back on the coverage. I think Finucane was back there to help him out, and it'll be 3rd down and 3. Coming up at the half, we'll let you enjoy 2 terrific bands, St. Ignatius and Mentor. And we'll have first half stats for you here at Byers Field. We'll also check out the scoreboard around high school playoff football in this opening Friday night. St. Ignatius, again, with the 3 wide receiver set. Damon Frabata is the near side receiver left. As Lenahan back in there, gets the carry, gets the first down across the 50 and into Mentor territory down to the 48. Gets put down there, got 6. And it's a first down carry for Marty Lenahan and the St. Ignatius Wildcats. We are now under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And again, St. Ignatius has all their timeouts to work with, leading by 4. Ball at the right hash. Pfaff with Lenahan standing to his right on the shotgun. Vollmer will go in motion. Pfaff looks to throw, pressured, hit as he throws, and that's going to go up for grabs and incomplete. It was intended for Damon Frabata, and over on the coverage there on the far side was Chase Hull. But once Pfaff took that hit, that ball just kind of fluttered there, but it had a little bit more error than I think that Hull thought, and he really didn't have much of a chance to get that pick. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And St. Ignatius will operate in a 3-receiver set with tight end Sean Ward on a wing right. 2nd and 10. The give is to Lenahan to make that Georges, and he'll go inside the 46 to the 45-yard line. Gain of 3 for Joey Georges, and it will set up a 3rd down and 7 as we're under a minute and a half to go. And for the moment, Wildcats aren't going to use a timeout. Chuck Kyle probably will wait and see what happens here. You know, part of you says if you're Mentor, you almost would think about a timeout here, because if you can stop them here and get the ball back, maybe you have an opportunity here, but the Cardinals only have 1 timeout remaining. 3rd and 7, St. Ignatius at the Mentor 45. Pfaff gives. Nope, he'll take it back from Georges, but he's going to get buried back behind the line of scrimmage and back into Cardinal territory, make that Wildcat territory back to the 46. Colin Oros came in and dragged him down for the sack. But that was team tackling. You had 2 or 3 Mentor Cardinals there. Benny LaDuca provided pressure in the face of Pfaff. And timeout taken by Mentor with 54 seconds to go, anticipating a punt here on 4th and long for St. Ignatius. So you take the timeout and you maybe give Snow and company time to see if they can put something together before halftime. That's a big stop by Mentor before halftime when St. Ignatius looked like they were poised to maybe stretch the lead out to 7 or maybe 11. But instead, the Cardinal defense slams the door and give their offense one chance here before halftime. Caleb Poto will stand in single safety at his own 18. Waits for the punt here from Eldridge. Poto drops the football back at the 13, picks it up, got hit at the 10. He might have lost it again. But in this case, I do believe he was able to pounce on it, and he was. Back at about the 10-yard line. You talk about a game breaker. That almost was a huge disaster for the Cardinals. So now, with 46 seconds to play before halftime, Mentor will start at their own 10-yard line. Now keep in mind, Mentor received to start the game, so St. Ignatius will have the ball when we start the second half. You would almost anticipate here in this situation the Cardinals are just going to try to run it out here, but let's see what Snow does here on first down. Throws over to his left, pass is caught at the 15-yard line. And let's see, they're going to mark him out of bounds. They are at the 15-yard line, so it'll be a gain of about 5, maybe 6. It was Norwood there on the far side, second down, and we'll call it 4. 40 seconds to go here in the first half. St. Ignatius 14, Mentor 10. Snow gets the snap, hands Harper to the left to the 20 and to the 25 and out to the 29-yard line. That'll stop the clock to move the change with 33 seconds to go before halftime. A good run for Harper and sets Mentor up now near their own 30. Clock starts to move again, 30 seconds to go. Remember, Cardinals out of timeouts. Here's Snow, looking, rolls right, looks middle. He's going to have to do something now, throws, and the pass is caught at the 40-yard line and out of bounds near the 31. On the catch, it's Nick Farley. And they will mark it at the 31. Beautiful adjustment to the throw by Snow, and again, Snow keeps a play alive when it looks like he just going to throw it away. He found Nick Farley open, and the Cardinals, with 14 seconds to go before halftime, they've got the ball at the Ignatius 31. What a job by Jacob Snow to keep that play alive, and Farley with a heck of a catch. Waite and Robasek will check into the backfield. So Mentor will go in a 3-receiver set, 14 seconds to go here before halftime. Fake handoff, Snow looks right, throws, and incomplete. His intended receiver got bumped out of bounds, no call either way, and it will be 9 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. I think it was Finn Ward, the intended receiver. It was. So 2nd down and 10. From here, for Matt Mogling, this would be about a 48-yard field goal attempt, but I think Matt Gray would like to get a little bit closer. Snow will roll left. Looking, throws, end zone. Ball deflected and incomplete. Was looking for Norwood. He had 2 Ignatius defenders in there, and one of them got a paw on it to knock it away with 1 second to play here in the first half. So it's either, I don't think they're bringing in Mogling. I think it's going to be basically Jacob Snow's going to throw to the end zone here. With 1 second to play before halftime, 14-10 St. Ignatius. Ball for Mentor at the Wildcat 31, and Cardinals will go in a 4 wide receiver set. Looking to get a Hail Mary right here, and Chuck Kyle wants to talk about, well, no, there's a flag down, so hang on. Delay of game on Mentor. So it may have taken an extra second or two to make that snap decision. No, we don't want to kick the field goal. We want to go for it. So now they'll back it up to the 36, which, for Jacob Snow, it's not a big deal here. You back it up. If anything, you're giving your quarterback maybe a little bit more space here to set up the Hail Mary. Trips left, one receiver right from the 36. Last play before halftime. Snow rolls left, pressured, throws, and the pass is incomplete. Looking for Norwood at the 10-yard line. He was well covered, and that will take us to halftime. Well, it's everything we hoped for to this point here. Two terrific teams, great rivalry game, and it's been fun so far. We head to halftime. Your score, St. Ignatius 14 and Mentor 10. St. Ignatius getting 2 Marty Lenahan touchdowns, one a 16-yard touchdown catch, the other a 38-yard touchdown run. And then Mentor countering, they scored first. They took the opening kickoff down and culminated with a Matt Mogling 20-yard field goal. And then after St. Ignatius momentarily took a 7-3 lead right at the end of the first quarter, Mentor struck back on a Evan Harper 66-yard touchdown run to momentarily take a 10-7 lead, but then St. Ignatius came right back and retook the lead at 14-10, and that is where we stand. We will let you enjoy the bands here at halftime. I don't know if Mentor's band is here tonight, folks, to be honest with you. I see St. Ignatius already lining up. So we'll let you enjoy the band with us. We'll have first half stats and take a look at the scoreboard coming up here in just a few moments. Again, at halftime, St. Ignatius 14 and Mentor 10 on the WKYC High School Football Game of the Week presented by Chick-fil-A.
I'm not surprised, actually. Cleveland Heights had problems last week with Jaker.
Yeah, very sad, very disappointing as we welcome everybody back here to Byers Field. Mentor's band apparently did not make the trip down here tonight, which I'm surprised. They may have had a band show or something somewhere else. But, yeah, that's a shame. Mentor's got a great band, but not here tonight for this one. But we're here. Welcome back inside the press box, everybody. We'll say hi for a second. I'm Dave Dino. Nice to see everybody as we welcome you back here to Byers Field. And at the break, it is St. Ignatius leading Mentor 14-10 in this Division I, Region I matchup. Just put something out here on Twitter about this. This has been a lot of fun so far. There's these two teams. Really, the highlight of the game came right towards the end of the first quarter and early in the second quarter as the two teams traded touchdowns back and forth in a flurrying couple of minutes there. St. Ignatius got a touchdown pass from Joey Pfaff to Marty Lenahan from 16 yards out, and then on the ensuing kickoff, actually, I think that particular one, it may have been, it was Harper had a 51-yard return, and but on the ensuing kickoff, Mentor got the ball in good field position, and it set up a 66-yard touchdown run for Evan Harper, and then about 18 seconds later, Charlie Dunston with a 35-yard kick return, and it sets up a 38-yard touchdown run by Marty Lenahan. I mean, back and forth in this one. It's what you expect from these two teams. Let's check the first half numbers, and then we'll let you know what else is happening around high school football around Northeast Ohio today and tonight. As far as stats are concerned, Mentor has 237 yards of total offense to 175 for St. Ignatius. Time of possession, very close. 11:08 for Mentor, 12:06 for St. Ignatius. Running the ball, both teams have been very, very proficient. 15 carries, 109 yards for Mentor. 18 carries, 101 for St. Ignatius as a team. The difference really has been in the passing yards. Jacob Snow and company have 128 yards through the air to 74 for St. Ignatius. We've not had a turnover in this game. Penalties, 3 for 15 yards for Mentor, 1 for 5 for St. Ignatius. Conversions on third down, 2 of 8 for Mentor, 4 of 7 for St. Ignatius. And then fourth down conversions, Mentor has 1 in 2 attempts. Did not get one there before halftime. Individual numbers, let's start for the Cardinals. Evan Harper has 8 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown, 66 of those coming on that touchdown run. Jacob Snow has carried the ball twice for 10 yards. Through the air, Snow 8 of 19 passing for 128 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. And that's good for both teams. As I said, coming into tonight's game, both Joey Pfaff and Jacob Snow had struggled a little bit in terms of protecting the football and avoiding the pick, but to this point, both have. Far as receptions, Michael Norwood's been targeted already in this game 9 times. He's got 4 catches for 70 yards. Nick Farley, 1 catch for 41. Jason Robasek has 2 catches for 6 yards. Evan Harper, 1 catch for 11 yards. And Jack Geduldig has 6 tackles to lead the Cardinals. And that's pretty much as far as offensively the big numbers. And then you look at Evan Harper. So if you total it up, he's got 86 yards rushing, 11 yards receiving, so that's 97. And then you tack on 51 yards on that kick return. So, he is already at about 150 yards of total yards in this game at the half. For St. Ignatius individually, Marty Lenahan has 10 carries for 84 yards, so he is closing in on 1,000, very, very close, and a touchdown run. Sean Martin in limited time had 2 carries for 11 yards. Joey Georges, 4 carries for 10 yards. That did it for rushing. Joey Pfaff, 5 of 12 for 74 yards and a touchdown. He was also sacked once. And receiving, Colin Vollmer, 2 catches for 37 yards. Marty Lenahan, 2 catches for 20 yards and a touchdown. Patrick Tompkins, 1 catch for 17 yards. And Will Robinson on the defensive side for St. Ignatius, and this will make his uncle very, very proud. His uncle is Jay Crawford, none other than our own colleague at 3 News. Will Robinson has 7 tackles and 1.5 sacks, 1.5 tackles for loss to this point. Not bad. We called his number. It feels like we called his number about 7 or 8 times in this game, and he has been big early on for St. Ignatius. All right, to the scores as we progress here in this halftime. Again, a little bit strange. We're back earlier than we normally would be at halftime because Mentor's band is not here today. All right, let's start first in Division I, Region 1. Stowe is leading Glen Oak at the half 27-12. So if that score holds true, Stowe will host either St. Ignatius or Mentor next Friday in the second round. Medina at the half shutting out Shaker Heights 47-0. St. Edward at the half shutting out Lorraine 42-0. I will withhold any thoughts I have on the expanded playoffs from this point on, and just let the scores speak for themselves. Elyria leading Cleveland Heights 22-7 at the half. You know what? Good for the Pioneers. I mean, we have followed Elyria over the last couple of weeks because of Van Bogaert and his passing, but one of the assistant coaches for Elyria. But Pioneers have played well down the stretch, and the worry was, I think, for the Tigers, for Cleveland Heights, they hadn't played real well down the stretch and kind of struggled to get past Shaker Heights last Saturday to get them this home playoff game tonight, and struggling tonight against Elyria. McKinley at the half over Solon 14-7. Strongsville and Jackson are tied at 7. They've moved to the third quarter. Whenever Berea Mid-Park's involved, there's always going to be lots of scoring. 21-all, Berea Mid-Park and Brunswick at the half. So that shapes out Division I, Region 1. Everything really, I say everything's holding to form. The Elyria Cleveland Heights game and the Strongsville Jackson game are kind of the exceptions there. Other scores from around Northeast Ohio, and these are some surprises. Tyler Carey giving me a few ones that I would not have expected here. Now, Chardon, after struggling early against Akron East, the Hilltoppers now with a 20-7 halftime lead. Toledo St. John's leading Avon Lake at the half 13-10. Barberton getting all they could handle tonight, also in Region 6. They lead Lakewood 10-7 at the half. North Canton Hoover leading Worthington Kilbourne 7-0 at the half. And then what else we've got? In Division 3, Region 9, and I guess I'm not surprised, but I'm not totally surprised by this. St. Vincent St. Mary, the Irish have been muddled with injuries this year. They've had all kinds of issues. And they were the 15 seed, I believe, in Division 3, Region 9. They're playing the 2 seed Dover tonight, and at the half, the Irish lead that game 8-7. I guess I'm not that surprised. You know, people will say, well, it's a 15 over a 2, which will make no, I promise. I'm sorry. I promised. I wouldn't say anything more about expansion. I promise. Norton, the top seed in Division 3, Region 10. They lead Copley 21-14 at the half. Let's see. And how about this? 16th seed Milan Edison tied with top seed Bellevue at 14 apiece. That's in the third quarter. Man, am I going to have to eat my words? Come on. Come on, OHSAA. I have to eat my words. Some exciting games, though, certainly here in this opening night of the playoffs in terms of some higher seeds having their problems tonight against, double-digit seeds, 15 and 16 games. So we'll see if they hold to form later on as these games progress. And again, check out WKYC.com. We've got our score stream app up and running, and you can follow the scores from all over Northeast Ohio on our page tonight as you're listening to our game here on the webcast. Now, a couple of notes to remind everybody about. Number one, this is the WKYC Game of the Week at Byers Field. It's presented by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the home of the original chicken sandwich. You can stop by your neighborhood Chick-fil-A in Cleveland, Akron, Canton, all over Northeast Ohio, including right here in Parma, right on Ridge Road, just outside of Byers Field. Like literally, we could walk to Chick-fil-A from where we are here in Parma. Also, a reminder, head to WKYC.com on Monday. During the course of the regular season, we had you vote on our game of the week, and you basically picked the game we would go to. And I got to tell you, for the most part, folks, you did a great job this year. We had a lot of great games, and we thank you so much for participating, getting your schools and parents and families involved in the voting, and it was a lot of fun. We're continuing the voting process in the postseason. Now, you're not going to be voting on what game we're covering. We make that decision ultimately, basically, depending on, if a particular venue can have us. But if you go to WKYC.com on Mondays, we will let you vote on our peak performer of the weekend, of the previous week. And you cast your vote, and you've got 2 days to do so. And then Wednesday, the poll closes, and some lucky voter will win a free meal courtesy of Chick-fil-A. So make sure you head to our site. We'll also share it on our social media platforms, and you have a chance to win yourself a great meal from our friends at Chick-fil-A. 14-10, St. Ignatius leading Mentor as we get ready to start the second half. And again, Wildcats will get the football to begin the third quarter. Winner of this, again, will play either Stowe or Glen Oak next week. It's looking a lot like it's going to be Stowe. One of the really nicer settings in anywhere in Northeast Ohio in high school football down in Stowe. And I dare say that will be a great round 2 game, no matter who they play, St. Ignatius or Mentor. That's, of course, assuming the Bulldogs don't have any problems against the Golden Eagles in the second half. All right, so Matt Mogling will kick it off. And Charlie Dunstan, who had a terrific return earlier in this game, back deep to receive, with Edwin Biacol also back there as well. 4-point lead for St. Ignatius as we start half number 2 here in Parma. Winner this moves on to the next round. The loser done for the year. And again, it's another squib attempt here, and it's caught on the run at the 32, out to the 40, to the 45, to the 47-yard line. That's Griffin Taliak who makes that catch on the run. And that's I think, the third time tonight they've tried just one of those little pooches to see, if they can find a dip or a valley in the field turf that maybe they can get somebody to bobble the ball and go recover it. But it's given the Wildcats some good field position. That was a nice return by Taliak. So the ball will go to the right hash at the 46 of St. Ignatius, 1st and 10. Lenahan stands to the right of Joey Pfaff. He'll get the carry, swings left, and cuts back right, gets to the 50, and plunges ahead near the first down at the 45-yard line of Mentor. He'll be about a yard short, but everything started left for Marty Lenahan, but he saw that his best opportunity was to cut it back right, and he gets 9 yards on first down. And that puts him at 93 for the game. And I believe coming in, he needed 85 for 1,000 yards. So Lenahan is now over the century mark for the season at 1,000 yards. As he will get the carry again. Backpedals near the 50 and gets put down at the 46. Sorry, Marty, you lose a yard there off of that total. As Jack Gadulden comes over and makes the tackle for the Cardinals. And it'll be third down. Yeah, they're going to mark it back at the 46, so it'll be third down and 2. Man, good pursuit by Gaduldig. 6 foot, 195-pound junior. Moved laterally, very nice there. And that time, we've seen Lenahan in the open field able to kind of make a sidestep to get himself out of trouble. Wasn't able to do it that particular time. Third and short. It will be a give to Georges. He'll get the first down to the 40, cuts inside to the 35, has his legs taken out from under him, and falls down at the 32-yard line. And whoever made that tackle on Georges got the worst end of it and is slow to get up. I think it might be Mike Harrison. It is. Yeah, Harrison is very slow to get up. As a matter of fact, he's over on the near side, so St. Ignatius, one of their trainers came in and motioning for Mentor's trainer to come over and help Michael Harrison come off the field. But that's Joey George's best run of the game. And on third and short, he moves the Wildcats up now to the Mentor 32. So he picks up 14 on that gain. And Harrison's got his helmet off. And, part of me wonders when he kind of submarined Georges if he didn't get hit in the head or kicked in the head. I don't know that for sure, but Harrison's walking off, at least under his own power, which is a good sign, but hopefully he knows where he is. kind of slammed his helmet down. Okay, here we go now from the 32, first down. Georges with the carry again, swings to the 30 and drags a couple Cardinals down to the 26 before he is finally brought down. And I think that was Aiden George who's in there to replace Harrison, who made the tackle. But 6 more for Joey Georges. It'll be 2nd and 4. Yeah, it is indeed. Aiden George is in there replacing Mike Harrison. And he was there to make the stop. 4 wide receivers now for the Wildcats, 2 to each side. Georges will stay in at running back. He's to the left to quarterback Joey Pfaff. 2nd and 4. Pfaff looking. Shoots one left towards the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Wildcats. Over there on the far side, that's Max Murrison on the touchdown catch. And that was a beautifully thrown football by Joey Pfaff, his 9th touchdown pass of the season. Boy, that was a great route by Max Murrison, and Pfaff put it right on the numbers. And with 10:45 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Wildcats have opened up their biggest lead of the night at 20-10. Here's Eldridge for the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up, on its way, and Eldridge punches it through. 21-10 Wildcats. Man, just looking at that touchdown again on instant replay. Yeah, beautifully thrown ball. Murrison had just like a half a step on his defender and just kind of had to lunge back a little bit to get the football. But that was a beautifully thrown ball by Joey Pfaff. And now, you look at it, on the shorter field, St. Ignatius gets the touchdown and takes, a minute 15 seconds off the clock to do so. And now they've got an 11-point lead, and it's going to really put a lot of pressure now on Jacob Snow and company to respond here early in this 3rd quarter. You don't want to get, now 2 possessions behind. You don't want to get further because then you got to deal with Lenahan, Georges, and this running game for St. Ignatius that'll really chew the clock. Over on the far side, it's Evan Harper waiting to return. Sean Allgood on the near side. And Allgood will make the catch, but he'll make it in the end zone. It will be a touchback. And Mentor will start at their own 20. Yeah, I would think now we'll see a pretty good dose of Evan Harper here. And they're going to need his ability to be a game breaker here in this 3rd quarter. 21-10, St. Ignatius on top here early in this 3rd quarter. As Snow will have Robasek stand to his left and then Harper behind him. 3 wide receiver set on a 1st and 10 for the Cards. At their own 20, here's Snow, fake handoff, shoots over the middle. Norwood's got it at the 28 and then immediately tackled there. Short of the 1st down. I think that was Taliak and Spellacy combining on the stop. It'll be 2nd and 2. That's the 10th time, though, tonight that Mike Norwood has been targeted. And that's his 5th catch. Ball at the 29, so it's a 9-yard pickup, 2nd down and 1. So Snow has them ready quickly. And on the ground, here's Harper. And on a 2nd effort, should have the 1st down to the 30-yard line. Didn't get much, didn't need much, however, and it will be a 1st down for the Mentor Cardinals. And as we said, the biggest moment of this game came kind of within about 3 minutes. It felt like about 5 minutes of real time and about 3 minutes of clock time. Almost like 3 consecutive touchdowns, when it felt like 3 consecutive plays at the end of the 1st and early 2nd quarter. But St. Ignatius has built themselves up now to a 10-point lead. Here comes Harper on the carry, breaking tackles. He's to the 40, 1st down to the 41-yard line. And if he breaks that last tackle, he'd have been off for another touchdown. Chris Ernie makes the touchdown saving tackle, but Harper gets 11 and a first down. He'll get a breather. Mitchell Waite will check in at running back. Well, he is so exciting when he's in the open field. Waite will stand to Jacob Snow's right. They'll go with 3 wide receivers. Snow chased from the backside, looking, throws, and the pass is intercepted. They're going to say incomplete. A.J. Spellacy had it, but couldn't control it on a pass intended for Norwood near the 50-yard line. They just said, I thought the official closest was going to rule that Spellacy had it, but then looked like he looked over, got some help, and said, no, incomplete. Fortunate there for Mentor. And that time, that's when I think, we talked all game long about how Jacob Snow has kept plays alive with his ability to roll and move. He'd have been better off either just kind of running it out of bounds or throwing it away. Spellacy nearly got the pick. 2nd and 10, though, from the 41. Fake to Waite. Snow to throw. Launches one for Norwood. It is broken up at the 30-yard line, incomplete. Taliak and Norris back on the coverage, and it was Griffin Taliak who knocked it away from Mike Norwood. 3rd down, 10 coming up. Now, we talked earlier, coming into tonight's game, Franklin Pike was injured for St. Ignatius at corner, so Brandon Webster was getting the start. And then Jack Mangan went down earlier in this game. But the secondary for St. Ignatius, despite the injuries, doing the job to this point. 3rd and 10. Snow rolls left and then throws back to his fullback. Pass caught at the 45. And keeping his footing is Robasek, very close to a Mentor first down. I don't know if they're going to give it to him. He needed to get to the Ignatius 49, and it looks like they're spotting this right at the 50. So it's going to be 4th and 1. And I can't imagine Matt Gray is going to punt this away. His team is down 11 with 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball at midfield. They've got to get points here. And so they will go for it at midfield. Harper will be the Wildcat quarterback. Gets the snap, runs left, and did not get there. And again, Griffin Taliak comes over and makes the play. Did not get to the 49-yard line, and St. Ignatius will take over. What a stand by the Wildcat defense. Well, Taliak broke up a pass earlier on that drive for Norwood and then comes up with a TFL to stop the drive. And St. Ignatius, with an 11-point lead, will take over at the Mentor 49 with a chance to really get themselves into the driver's seat. Here's Pfaff. Turns, gives, Lenahan runs left to the 45 and down to the 44. Gain of about 5 for Marty Lenahan on first down. Geduldig on the tackle. They're actually going to mark it at the 44, so it will be 2nd down and 5. And Lenahan will get a breather, and Joey Georges will check in, and we've got a flag down. So actually, back this up. It's going to be against St. Ignatius, and apparently he's going to be holding. It is. So move it back inside the 41 of St. Ignatius and call it a 1st and 20. So now it's a 1st and 20, and before they can run a play, we've got another flag. This time, though, it's going to be on Mentor. And I would imagine the Cardinals were lined up in the neutral zone. They were. So instead of 1st and 20, it's now 1st and 15. Move the ball, if you're scoring at home, up to the Ignatius 46. All right. Pfaff gives to Georges. Georges up the middle, makes a nice cut at the 50. He's to the 45 of Mentor. Outside of the 40, to the 35, and finally tripped up inside the Mentor 30 to the 29-yard line. Fine piece of running by Joey Georges. He takes it inside the Cardinal 30 and another first down. And you can start to really feel now The Wildcats trying to take command of this game. 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. They lead 21-10, and they are knocking on the door. 1st and 10 at the Cardinal 29. Pfaff on the shotgun. He'll give to Joey Georges again. Nice little stutter step, but then he got submarined at the 26-yard line. I believe that was Chase Hall who made the stop. And so Georges, when it looked like he was giving another big hole, ends up with just a gain of 2 there, 2nd and 8. Got 7:30 to play here in the third quarter. St. Ignatius 21, Mentor 10. It will be Murrison out wide left. And he's got Volmer over there, a receiver to the right. 3 wides out for the Wildcats. Lenahan gets the carry, started right, cuts back left inside the 25, and Marty will be pulled down at the 22 for a gain of 5, and it sets up a 3rd and 3. Again, when Lenahan gets the carry, you know, his vision is just absolutely brilliant, and we've got a stoppage in play. Somebody for the Wildcats is limping. I think it's Murrison, so he's going to have to come out, and Bottomer will come in to replace him at receiver. Murrison, with that touchdown catch earlier in this third quarter, will limp over to the bench and try to walk it off here. And more subs. Joey Georges returns at running back, and Marty Lenahan will come out. 3rd and 3 for St. Ignatius at the Mentor 22. Georges will shift now to the right of quarterback Joey Pfaff. 4 wide receivers for the Wildcats. And the give is to Georges running left. He'll get the first down. He's to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and down to the... Nope, he's in. Touchdown, St. Ignatius. Joey Georges dived towards the pylon, and he was able to get in to put the Wildcats up 27-10 with 6:25 to play here in the third quarter. That was a 21-yard touchdown run for Georges, and you know, you're really feeling now, I think, the impact of this offensive line for the Wildcats, because it doesn't matter if it's Lenahan or if it's Georges. They're finding room, and they're finding holes, whether they can start right or start left. It doesn't matter. Here's the extra point. It is up for Eldridge, and it is good. Wildcats 28, Cardinals 10, with 6:25 to play in the third quarter. And that was the only negative, and nobody should second-guess Matt Gray for going for it. You know, you're down at the time 21-10 at midfield, and it was a 4th and 1, and you gave the ball to your best player in a Wildcat situation. You asked him to get a yard, and Wildcats had it read beautifully, and they stopped Harper. The problem was it gave St. Ignatius momentum and a short field, and they were able to strike quickly on a 49-yard touchdown drive. So, yeah, once upon a time, Mentor led this game 10-7, but it's been 21 unanswered, including 14 here in the third quarter by the Wildcats. And they have opened up now an 18-point lead. All good on the near side. Harper on the far side, back deep to receive. Zeb Eldridge's kick. And this kick will go over the head of Aldridge and into the end zone for a touchback. So Mentor will start off at the 20-yard line and in desperate need of a score here. If anything, just to give their defense a breather. But, you know, to be down 18 points with essentially a quarter and a half to go against this Ignatius offense, and particularly the running game in their offensive line, it's a lot to ask for. So here comes Jacob Snow and company, 1st and 10 from their own 20, trailing 28-10. Snow rolls left, throws left, caught by Norwood, but gets absolutely drilled by the aforementioned Griffin Taliak. We're calling his number all over the place at the 21-yard line. He got planted for a painful 1-yard catch. 2nd and 9. I mean, Griffin Taliak has been everywhere. Breaking up passes, making TFLs on 4th down plays, and that one was just an absolutely belting hit of Norwood. 2nd and 9. From the left hash at the 21, Snow looking. Snow rolling, in trouble, and he's going to be sacked back at the 15-yard line. Yeah, Will Robinson coming in to make the play. I think Ryan Boomer was in there as well. 87 and 67 converge on the sack. Loss of 6 back to the 15-yard line. It will be 3rd and 15 now for Mentor. And you kind of started wondering to yourself with an 18-point lead if St. Ignatius was going to get a little bit more aggressive on defense. They are. They're coming at Snow again. Back at his 10, rolling, looking, throwing, incomplete at the 30-yard line in the direction of Nick Farley, but he was well covered. There's a flag down at the 16-yard line. Coverage by Sean Martin. Martin has done a terrific job replacing Jack Mangan at corner tonight, and the penalty is against Mentor. An eligible man downfield is the call against the Cards. And Chuck Kyle will say no thank you. He will decline, and that will bring Mentor's punt team back in as Matt Mogling will punt to Charlie Dunston. 5:04 and counting to play in the third quarter, a quarter that has been dominated by the Wildcats as they have opened up a 28-10 lead. Dunston in single safety at the Mentor 43. Good snap here for Mogling. Gets the kick away. Dunston from the 45 of the Cardinals receives it. Goes ahead to the 40 and taken down at the Cardinal 39-yard line. And you get the sense right now the Wildcats are ready to throw a knockout punch, to use one last boxing analogy here tonight. But you just get the sense right now they have Mentor precisely where they want them. 4:40 now to go in the third quarter. It's 14-10 at the half. It had been back and forth, even Steven, but this third quarter has been all Wildcats. All right, here's Pfaff ready to go. He's got Georges standing to his left with 3 wide receivers. They'll go on a little jet sweep to the 36-yard line down to the 35. It's Dunston. First time we've called his number on the offensive side tonight. Dunston gets about 2 on that carry, and it will be a 2nd down and 8. He'll check out, and Patrick Tompkins will check back in. Dunston had a 35-yard kick return tonight that set up one of Marty Lenahan's 2 touchdowns. That kick return is going to loom large if this score holds. Really kind of brought St. Ignatius' momentum back after Mentor had just struck on them. Here is George's the carry on 2nd down inside the 35, and Mentor will tackle him down at the 33. So about a gain of 3, and it'll be a 3rd down and 5. It was, at the time, 10-7 Mentor after a 66-yard touchdown run by Evan Harper, but Dunston responded with a 35-yard kick return, and just a few moments later, Lenahan scored on a 38-yard scoring run for St. Ignatius. They took a 14-10 lead at that point and have not looked back. Now with a 28-10 lead, looking at a 3rd and 5 at the Mentor 33. Shotgun for Pfaff. He'll give. It is going to be Martin at the 30 down to the 29. A little bit shy of a 1st down for Sean Martin, and it will set up a 4th and 1. No, actually, I say 4th and 1. It's 4th and a half yard. Georges will check. Well, he was going to check in, and now they'll leave Martin in at running back. No. By second count, he'll come in and Martin will come out. So we've seen a lot of Joey Georges here in the third quarter, and he's done a nice job running as Lenahan has tonight. 3 receivers, 2 to the left, and you've got the tight end Ward, wing right. 4th and less than a yard for St. Ignatius. Give, Georges. It's going to depend on the spot, but I think he got it just at the end, able to kind of squirt his way out for a half yard. Initially, it looked like Aiden Fellows had him, along with Brennan Vernon, back at the line of scrimmage, but just by the nose of the football, it's ahead of the 28-yard line. That's a first down. As we close in on 2 minutes to play in the third quarter, and a fresh set of downs for the Wildcats. From the Mentor 28, Pfaff looks, shoots one over the middle, pass caught at the 21, inside the 15. It's Vollmer inside the 12-yard line, and they'll spot it about at that point, and it'll be another first down. Actually, I said that's Vollmer, but I think that's actually Jonathan Merrimee. 89 instead of 19. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Chuck Kyle emptying the wide receiver core here, and we're seeing a bunch of different players here. Merrimee gets the first down. Mark it at the 12. Shotgun for Pfaff. He'll turn, give to Georges up the middle, inside the 10, inside the 5, and down to about the 4-yard line. Gets close to 9 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 1. So Wildcats can get a first down without even necessarily having to get a touchdown here. And again, you get the feeling here, another 6 by the Wildcats, and you can start penciling them in for round 2. On 2nd and short, inside the 5, Georges again will get the carry. He'll drive towards the goal line. No touchdown, but he'll get the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats inside the 1-yard line. Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit tonight to this offensive line. Montgomery, Watalis, Lavelle, Ferentz, and Keene. You know, Lenahan kind of softened them up in the first half and early in this third quarter, and now it's been Georges. And this running game has been just tremendous tonight for the Wildcats. Play clock down to 5 here. Chuck Kyle wants a timeout with 19 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and just didn't have everybody on the same page for this 1st and goal play at the 1-yard line. And I don't think Chico was excited about having to use a timeout there, but you know, you're at a moment of this game where you can really put it out of reach, and you don't want to have any kind of miscues at the goal line. So we're down to 19 seconds to go in this third quarter. Quarter that it just has been all St. Ignatius. Georges has a touchdown run and a Joey Pfaff touchdown pass to Max Murison. And as we said, one more score here, and you go up 35-10 to start the fourth quarter. And you just don't really foresee a scenario that's going to allow Mentor to score that much in 12 minutes against this Ignatius team. Ball will be at the left hash. Ball inside the 1. Georges will stand next to Joey Pfaff with 19 seconds to go in the third quarter. 1st and goal. And it's going to be a jet sweep. It's Dunston trying to get to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Charlie Dunston. Jet sweep left to right. And Charlie Dunston, the junior, gets the rushing touchdown to put his team up 34-10 with 14 seconds to play in the third quarter. Yeah, this third quarter has just been a masterpiece for Chuck Kyle and St. Ignatius. not just from the offense, but how they've been able to really shut down Mentor's offense. And the extra point is up and good. So it's 35-10, St. Ignatius. 14 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. Man, you can really, if you look at big moments and you want to say, well, what happened to make this game from a tight game that we were all sitting up here thinking, yeah, we're ready for another classic, another, St. Ignatius Mentor game down to the wire. You really look at it, Mentor went for it on a 4th and 1 right about at midfield, and Evan Harper was tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Griffin Taliak, and at that point I think it was 21-10, and St. Ignatius immediately adds another touchdown, and at that point you just kind of feel like all the momentum and all the air out of Mentor really went away. Now, having said that, if Evan Harper could provide some magic here, one never knows. They'll kick in his direction, but it goes between him and Allgood into the end zone for a touchback. So, again, Mentor will start at the 20 late in this third quarter. We're going to check as we head towards the fourth quarter with Tyler Carey and some scores from around Northeast Ohio. Actually, we already have one. It's a final. Thank goodness for a running clock. St. Edward beat Lorraine 49-0. So Eagles will advance. I would imagine Medina and Shaker Heights will be much the same in that respect. As Snow, bootleg action on first down, rolls left, throws. Pass is caught at the 28-yard line, and Norwood immediately run out of bounds by Griffin Taliak. Right now, Taliak, I feel like his assignment has basically been just anywhere number 2 goes, that's where you go. Pick up of about 8 on that play, 2nd and 2. That's one of the reasons why we've called Taliak's number a lot tonight, because he's been here in the second half. He's amongst those that's done a good job taking the ball away from Norwood. They'll go to Harper on second down. He'll get the first down across the 30, across the 35, and over to the 37-yard line as the third quarter comes to a close. A third quarter that was dominated by the St. Ignatius Wildcats, and Harper is very slow to get up. And slow to the point he's over near the St. Ignatius side. The Wildcats, one of the coaches and I think one of the trainers came over to make sure Evan Harper was okay. But that will move us to the other side of the field and head us now to a 1st and 10 at the 37 for the Cardinals to begin quarter number 4 here at Byers Field. This first round of the 2021 playoffs, and it has been an absolute clinic here in the second half by Chuck Kyle and the Wildcats. Scoreboard from around Northeast Ohio. Other Division I, Region I games. Stowe leading Glen Oak in the fourth quarter 34-12. So everything right now looks like St. Ignatius and Stowe next Friday. That will be a terrific matchup. Medina, as we mentioned, shutting out Shaker Heights, running clock mode in the fourth quarter, 54-0. Elyria continues to lead Cleveland Heights 22-7 in the third quarter. McKinley getting all they can handle tonight from Solon. Bulldogs lead the Comets 21-20. That's in the fourth quarter. Jackson on top of Strongsville, 21-17 fourth quarter. Berea Mid-Park and Brunswick still tied at 21 in the fourth quarter. They've moved to the fourth. Toledo St. John's leading Avon Lake 27-13. Barberton has now opened up a 31-7 lead over Lakewood in the third quarter. Let's see. Hoover leading Worthington Kilbourne 10-0. That's in the fourth quarter. Also, let's see here. Chardon continues to lead Akron East 31-7 in the third quarter in Division III. Dover has grabbed the lead on St. Vincent St. Mary 15-8 in the fourth. Copley and Norton are tied at 21 in the third quarter. And Milan Edison leading Bellevue 23-14 also in the fourth. 1st and 10 for Mentor. Snow looking deep and pass caught at the 25 to the 20 to the 15 and finally down at the 10-yard line is Nick Farley. Circus catch by Farley, and he was able to tack on another 15 yards and a first down. Thank you very much. What a great catch by Nick Farley and Mentor. Boy, they're going to spot this at the 8. That's a generous spot. Cardinals won't complain. 1st and goal. As we start this fourth quarter, exactly what the Cards needed. High snap, it's pulled down. The give is to Harper, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Mentor Cardinals. 24 seconds into this fourth quarter. Evan Harper takes it in from 8 yards out, and we're not done yet. 35-16, St. Ignatius. And at this point, Matt Gray does not see the point of going for 2. Because it would be a 19-point lead. Let's see, if you go 35-17. Yeah, at this point, it doesn't make a lot of sense. You'd still be down 3 scores no matter what. But for Mentor to have any opportunity to come back in this game, they had to score quickly. And that pass from Snow to Farley set them up. And Harper finished it with his second touchdown of the game. Mogling for the extra point. Oh, the lights just went out. I don't know if you just saw, folks, if you just saw that, the lights just went out here at Byers Field. With 11:36 to play in the fourth quarter, suddenly we have no lights, at least on the far side. Now, on the near side, on my side, we do have lights still on. So if this is looking at it from the east end, the east side lights are still on here, but the west side lights of Byers Field are off. And some people on the Mentor side have, well, you know, it may come to this. I'll let you. I'll see if you can see this, folks. There you go. How about that? Snarky but effective. I like it. But we may be waiting here for a moment here. Here you go. Unbelievable. Yeah, this is something we've seen a lot of things doing these games, so especially over the last fourth season. We have not had a situation where you have half of the stadium's lights go out. 11:36 to go, fourth quarter. Mentor was just about to attempt an extra point, trailing 35-16, when suddenly the west side of the stadium, where the Mentor side is, the 2 light towers went out. Now again, here on our near side, those lights are still on, but it's quite frankly, it's not enough to continue to play. So in this situation, you basically, you know, you have the OHSAA here, and they figure out, okay, can we, you know, what can we do? How long can we wait? Et cetera, et cetera. You know, just when you think you've seen it all, this happens. And it's not, like I said, it's not like there's a power outage in our grid. Half of the lights at the stadium are on. The scoreboard is still on. And just kind of looking out at what used to be the old Parma Town Mall, and now the shops and restaurants around here, they're all still on. So it just looks like it was a partial power issue on the stadium's west side. And so we'll play the waiting game here. And I think each coach will get the discussion here of how they want to proceed. You know, it just will depend on what would be required to get us back up and running here. It's unfortunately not a case where the hamster on the treadmill took a break here. I mean, it's obviously something that would be of a significant nature to try to get the lights back on here. So, so it's just a question of what it will take to get us back on. For the moment, the two teams are staying on their respective benches and will try to stay warmed up. And then I think Chuck Kyle would just talk to a game official, and I'm sure Rory Fitzsimmons, who's the athletic director at St. Ignatius, will be involved in this and just try to figure out what's best here to proceed. Is it logistically possible to come back tomorrow and finish this as it is? Who knows? But I can't think of anybody on the Mentor side who would want this thing to just be called as it is. I mean, so the option I would think would be either we get this thing up and working tonight, or at some point here this weekend, they finish this game off. And, of course, in great snark fashion, the St. Ignatius band plays Heartache Tonight. Well done. If they play The Lights Went Out in Georgia, that would be fantastic. But, again, we are in a power delay here at Byers Field. Now, if you're watching and you're looking at our ambient shot, I'm sure to you it might look like there was nothing wrong, but we're basically on half power here. The lights here on the west side of the stadium, on the east side of the stadium, on, functioning, everything's great. Scoreboard, functioning, everything's great. But the west side of the stadium, both of the light poles, the lights are out. And it happened just as, it's such an odd time. Mentor was literally about to kick an extra point. And I'm sure at that point, Matt Gray was getting ready to figure out the best way to do an onside kick with his team presumably about to be down 18 with this entire fourth quarter to play. But all that has been pushed aside for the moment here in this delay. I mean, I always tell you, just when you think you've seen it all, something astonishes you. This is one of the premier facilities in all of Northeast Ohio. We mentioned earlier, not only, it's home of St. Ignatius, home of Parma City Schools, so Parma Senior plays here, Valley Forge plays here, Normandy plays here, and, it's a possibility, and I think a strong one, that either Division I or Division II or regional final would be played here. Obviously, if St. Ignatius would be involved in Division I, it would not be played here, this being their designated home field, unless the other team would have to give consent, and that gets into all kinds of crazy things. But, I would presume we'll be back here, and this is, again, one of the best facilities anywhere, and to have something like this happen is just unbelievable. Officials continue to have conversations here, and I think just trying to figure out what to do. St. Ignatius is going to take a knee. All their players are taking a knee here over on the near side, and I would imagine you're getting one of two things here from Chuck Kyle. Either he's reminding his guys to stay focused and don't take the foot off the gas, or we're going to get on the bus and come back and play tomorrow. This is – I would be interested to ask Chico if he's encountered something like this before, certainly in a playoff game, where, we've had – you have storm delays, and you have – I'm sure there have been power outages before, but not like this. All right, more scores here for you. That Medina Shaker Heights game is now a final. The Battling Bees, 54-0 over the Red Raiders. So Medina will move forward in Division I, Region 1. And just waiting on any indication here of what's going to happen for us here. But you can now pencil in St. Edward moving on. And St. Edward will play either Brunswick or Berea Mid-Park next week at Lakewood Stadium. And Medina moving on. And they will get either Elyria or Cleveland Heights next week down at the Beehive. And last check from Tyler Carey, Elyria was leading Cleveland Heights 22-7 in the third quarter. So at this point, it certainly looks like Elyria would be the team to face Medina. And then the bottom half of the bracket is shaping up for a potential Stowe versus St. Ignatius game next Friday. But as I said, first things first, Mentor had just come back to get a touchdown. St. Ignatius, by the way, heading to one end of the end zone just to stay warm and to, I think, just basically stay loose, stay warm. You know, if we get back up and running here, maybe, and the fact that they are staying loose leads one to believe that they're optimistic that power can be restored to at least one, if not both, of the light towers on the west side of the stadium. Yeah, they're not going back in. So, okay. Meanwhile, Vince, you listening here? 16th seed Milan Edison upsets Bellevue tonight, 23-22. Folks, if you love expanded playoffs, you might want to get used to it. There's your ammunition for the argument that will be heard all across Northeast Ohio and around Ohio. There have been great discussions, and I've enjoyed hearing both sides of the argument. And now that I have a few moments here in this power delay, you can address it a little bit. I promised I wasn't going to bring it up, but I also didn't know we were going to have a power delay here. 11:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Let's first update you where we're at here. St. Ignatius leading Mentor 35-16 at Byers Field. Mentor was about to attempt an extra point when suddenly, good sign, folks. I'm looking over, and both of the west side light towers are slowly starting to turn back on. So that is good news. It looks like we will indeed finish this game tonight. So perhaps, yes, the hamster on the treadmill was taking a break and has now been revived and will finish up tonight to allow us to finish this game. Perhaps that was the problem. But here in this one, we've been under a power delay, I would say, for about 10 minutes now. And both teams are warming up in their respective end zones and staying loose as if we were basically in a pregame mode before kickoff as they attempt to get the lights back on to the entire field. As you look at it, again, folks, from our ambient shot, and I understand people, I can get to that discussion later. I'm sorry that people don't understand we're not authorized to be able to show the game any more than a wide angle like this. It's an ambient shot, as we call it. But if you're watching it all as I'm describing this, it looks to you like there's nothing wrong. Like, why aren't we playing? The lights are on. Well, the lights are only half on in reality. And so they're slowly coming back on the far side. So that is good news. It does appear like we will be able to complete this football game. But just, again, back to Edison, the ramifications of Edison knocking off Bellevue, a 16 seed knocking off a 1 seed. That's Division 4, Region 14. I wish John Camp for the News Herald was here. He's covering the game, but he's not here. He and I don't think Tim will mind if I brought it, but Tim Street from the OHSAA, who's the tremendous director of public relations and takes good care of all of us in the media. They had a good back and forth together on Facebook about this whole point. I mean, for a lot of us, we're used to 8 teams in a region, and it feels orderly, it feels balanced. And I think Tyler Carey and I have talked about this quite a bit during the course of the season. It felt to me like this year that you lost something in weeks 9 and 10 because the drama of who's going to get that last spot, that 8th spot in the playoffs, between a couple of evenly matched teams. And often they may play each other, or they play a team and, if they win, they're in, and if they lose, they're out. That element was not there this year for the most part with the 16 teams. So that was I think one of the arguments against it. Everything that I mentioned in Division I, Region 1 with both St. Edward and Medina just shellacking the opposition is also understandable. You're worried about injuries. There's just a lot that goes into the argument on both sides. But you also have a case tonight where a 1 seed got knocked out by a 16 seed. Hoover, by the way, did beat Worthington Kilbourne tonight, 17-0. All right, back on the field now and ready to resume after the partial power outage, or the light outage here at Byers Field. And Matt Mogling will finally get to attempt this extra point. Trying to make it 35-17. It would be an 18-point deficit for Mentor with most of this fourth quarter still to play. Ball is down. Kick is up, on its way, and it's good. 35-17, Wildcats. And one would imagine, and it's one of the reasons why I think Chuck Kyle, he called his guys over. Number one, I think he wanted them to go to the end zone and start warming up. But number two, be wary of onside kicks. He'll have his good hands team up there, but be ready for anything because Mentor is going to be in a desperation mode, knowing that they need 3 scores here. So, and matter of fact, on the kickoff team, Chuck Kyle had the last word with the guys. And you've got Tompkins on the Good Hands team. You've got Bodemer on the Good Hands team. So Edward Musback is on the Good Hands team. Basically, almost the entire wide receiving core for the Cats are on that front line. And then you've got Georges on the second line, along with Joe Norris. Dunston and Abiakol are at the 20. So everybody anticipating, logically, that we're going to have an onside kick attempt. 35-17, here we go. And it will not be an onside kick attempt. They'll try to kick it over, but it goes over the head of Dunston, but it goes out of bounds. And that's not what Matt Gray and company, I think, were hoping for there. Trying to kick it over Dunston and then to see if somebody could run down there and try to recover it. Not the case. And so St. Ignatius will start at the 35-yard line. 35-17 Wildcats, 11:36 to play here in the fourth quarter as we resume action after roughly about a 15-minute stoppage or so because half of the lights here at Byers Field went out. Not all of them, just half of them. Ball will be placed at the right hash. Georges is in there at running back, not Lenahan, which is interesting. I feel like we haven't seen Marty Lenahan in there for a little bit. Georges will get the carry on first down. He's been running well. He'll take it out to the 39-yard line, gets 4. Benny LaDuca on the tackle, 2nd down and 6. Matt Saver was also there from his end spot.
St. Ignatius wants right now is to run clock, be aggressive still, but run clock and just keep imposing their will with their running game here. They'll go with 3 wide receivers, tight end Sean Ward and a wing left. Georges to the right of Joey Pfaff on 2nd down and 7. 10:57 to play in the 4th. St. Ignatius leading by 18. Here's Georges, swinging left side, room to the 40, and out to the 44-yard line. Got popped by Chris Finucane. He's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down or so, and it'll be 3rd down and about a yard and a half. And again, needless to say, Mentor really needs to stop here. And we'll see Sean Martin now in at running back, as Patrick Tompkins will shift from right to left. So 3 receivers for the Wildcats on 3rd down. Again, about a yard and a half here. Pfaff gives. Here comes Martin, and he's not going to get there. Martin pushed back. Dean Dudas amongst those who got in there and kind of knifed into the backfield to bring down Sean Martin, and St. Ignatius will punt it away. Well, exactly what Mentor needed. Caleb Poto, single safety at his 22. Eldridge gets the snap. Boy, Mentor coming. End over end kick, and it'll bounce at about the 31. Mentor will let it go, and it'll roll to a dead stop at the Cardinal 30. 9:25 to play here in the 4th. Cardinals not done yet. Down 35-17, but they have the ball at the 30. Meanwhile, Barberton Magics advance. They beat Lakewood 38-7 in Division II Region 6. It is official. Tonight's winner will play the Stowe Bulldogs next Friday. Stowe beats Canton Glen Oak tonight 40-12. From the 30, 1st and 10. Snow will send Norwood in motion left to right. 3 wide receivers. Harper stands behind him. Snow looks, steps up, rolls left, throws for Norwood. He's got it at the 50 and out of bounds there for a gain of 20 and a 1st down for the Cardinals. Spellacy was over there on the coverage for the Wildcats, but good pitch and catch by Jacob Snow and Michael Norwood, and they get the 1st down to midfield. Snow is ready, rolling right, throws right. Harper at the 50, cuts inside 45 and down to the 43-yard line. Will Robinson makes the tackle. And they're actually going to mark Harper's momentum all the way up to the 41. He gets 9 on that pickup. Bit generous perhaps, but Cardinals now right back in St. Ignatius territory. Snow ready again. 3 wide receivers. Looks, fires right. Norwood's got it. 1st down at the 38-yard line. And immediately down, Taliak on the coverage. 8:37 to go. Clock stops to move the chains. It's so early to have to say that phrase, but it's so important when you're down by 18. Cardinals now at the Ignatius 38 with 3 wide receivers in the pistol. Snow, play fake, rolls, dumps it out, incomplete through the hands of Robasek. And incomplete at near the 35-yard line. Robasek, I think, would like that back. He just, as I watch it on the replay, they had it set up right. And it just kind of went through his hands. It was a little bit high, but I don't think that's one that Jason would say he probably could have caught. 2nd down and 10 now at the 38-yard line of St. Ignatius. Clock stops, 8:18 to play in the 4th. Wildcats 35, Cardinals 17. Mentor trying to drive again. Here's a flea flicker. Snow, deep right for Kish. Makes the catch inside the 10, down at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Cardinals. What a catch by Sam Kish. Off the flea flicker from Jacob Snow. They'll mark it at the 6. It's 1st and goal with 8:10 to play. Quickly, Cardinals to the line, staying in the pistol. Snow gives. Harper swings out at the 10. He's going to be brought down for a loss back at the 11-yard line. That is a loss of close to 5 on the play. Well strung out by St. Ignatius. Peter Shaloub, Joe Norris amongst those on the stop for the Wildcats. Ball at the left hash back at the 11. It will be 2nd and goal from there. That not only stopped the momentum, it wasted precious time for the Cardinals. 2nd and goal. Rolling right, Snow, pressured, fires, end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Norwood's got it. With 7:34 to play here in the 4th, suddenly now 35-23, St. Ignatius. With still time to play. Jacob Snow to Michael Norwood from 11 yards out. Mogling for the extra point again. Please, lights, stay on. Ball is down. Kick up on its way. It is good. 7:34 to go. The lead has been shaved now to 35-24 on 2 quick Mentor touchdowns here in the 4th quarter. Now, suddenly, it's down to a 2-possession game, which is exactly why Matt Gray didn't have to go for 2 there. Wow. Norton, by the way, a couple of scores here in division. Well, I actually got a ton of scores here. Tyler Carey apologizing to me. My alma mater, Strongsville, loses tonight to Massillon Jackson 35-17. Berea Mid-Park holds off Brunswick 28-24. Congratulations to the Titans. You know, we were there a few weeks ago, and well, I'll tell you, heads were hanging down because they lost that game to Avon, but it's a nice win for them to advance in the playoffs. Chardon moves on. Top seed in Division III Region 9. They beat Akron East 38-7. Dover holds off St. Vincent St. Mary, the 2 seed. Dover over the 15 seed, 18-15. They will do another kickoff, just a straight kick. Here comes Dunston at the 20, 25, and out to the 30-yard line. No onsides. Let's see. Norton in Division III Region 10. They're the top seed. They avoid the upset as they beat Copley 28-21. Canton McKinley gets the win over Solon 41-20. Wow. Tyler Carey working fast tonight. 7:28 to go in the 4th. Mentor, by the way, all their timeouts remaining. They're down by 11. Ignatius ready to go. As Pfaff will give it. Here comes a jet sweep, and it's going to be Tompkins, and he's got nowhere to go. Brought down at the line of scrimmage, could not turn the corner. As Benny LaDuca led the charge with Dean Dudas. Maybe about a half yard for Tompkins. It will be 2nd and long, and we've got an injured Cardinal down at the 30-yard line. 7:08 to go here in the 4th quarter. St. Ignatius 35, Mentor 24. So while we have the injury timeout, I can go back and update my bracket here for Division I Region 1. So Berea Mid-Park advances. They get St. Edward next week. And the injured player by the bye, I think that was Caleb Hull, I believe. Or Chase Hull, I'm sorry. Yeah, Chase Hull. He's walking off the field under his own power, a little dazed, though. Let's see, McKinley with the win over Solon. So the Bulldogs will get Jackson next week. That's a Stark County fun one. And we've got Stowe, so just waiting on Elyria Cleveland Heights and waiting on our game here to fill out the rest of Region 1. Clock back in motion. We're under 7 minutes to go. 2nd and 9, St. Ignatius at their own 30, leading by 11. Pfaff looks back at the play clock. He's got 20 seconds to burn off here. As he's got, I believe it's Martin in at running back to his right. And back to throw. Looking, Pfaff steps up, fires one to the right, pass caught at the 45-yard line for a first down for the Wildcats. Boy, love the aggressiveness. That is Jonathan Merrimee on the catch. Second catch he's had here in the fourth quarter. And we've got a Wildcat player slow to get up back at the 26. It has been a bruising game here. Is that Joe? Now, I wonder. I believe that might be Pfaff because I think I see Josh Papish warming up here. Yeah, it was. So at least for the moment, Joey Pfaff's got to come out of the game, and he is favoring his left side. I didn't see any contact, but I was watching downfield because obviously the pitch and catch and Merrimee making the catch. But Pfaff is headed to the bench, and that means Josh Papish is cold. He's got to come in and be the closer here and get his team through the final 6-17, perhaps, at quarterback. Played well last week in relief of Pfaff, and he'll give to Georges. And Georges breaking tackles at the 50 to the 45 and down to the Mentor 40-yard line. Yeah, just give it to Joey Georges. That seems to work. Big first down for the Wildcats. You know, they don't have, and there's a Mentor player now. I mean, talk about bruising. This thing is really, Matt Saver is down, the defensive end over on the far side. You know, in the NFL, they've got the big pup tents when players get hurt and everything. I think Pfaff is kind of in the equivalent of a tent right now for St. Ignatius. All right, what else we got here, TC? Toledo St. John's, the 12th seed, go into Avon Lake Memorial Stadium and upset the Shoremen 34-13. It's the first opening round playoff loss for Avon Lake going back to 2013. You know, the thing for the Shoremen, they finally got that, you know, that absolute goal that they have to beat their rival. You know, they always go, it's like Avon Lake. Avon refers to them as Lake. Avon Lake refers to Avon as South. Well, Lake finally beat South this year, but from that point on, Avon Lake was never the same team. And, you know, they didn't play well down the stretch. Lost to Midview as an example. Got blown out by Olmsted Falls, and tonight they lose at home in the playoffs. Matt Kostelnik and company will figure it out. I can guarantee you that. Shotgun for Papish. As he's in relief of Pfaff at quarterback, gives to Georges, who will be brought down at the line of scrimmage at the 41-yard line. 5:35 and counting to go. It'll be second down. 11-point St. Ignatius lead. Boy, I tell you, I don't know how Pfaff necessarily got hurt on that pass, but that pass to Merrimee was so vital for St. Ignatius to give them a first down and kind of give their offense a spark. Because the one thing they couldn't do is go 3 and out and give the ball back to Mentor. Now they kind of can run clock here as we're down to 5 minutes to go in the game. St. Ignatius with an 11-point lead. Here's a draw. Georges inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line, maybe the 36. That will bring up a third down. Now, Mentor again has all their timeouts remaining. To this point, Matt Gray will not use one here, but if we go to a fourth down, I would imagine he probably then would take a timeout. First things first, it's a 3rd and 6 for Mentor. For St. Ignatius, at the Mentor 36. Ignatius leading by 11, trying to run it out here. Joshua Papish in relief of Joey Pfaff at quarterback to the shotgun. Joey Georges to his right. Georges on 3rd and 6 gets the carry, bounces outside, and we brought down about a yard or so from the first down marker. And Officials then call for a stop, and it will indeed be a Mentor timeout with 4 minutes exactly to play and a fourth down. They're actually going to mark George's down at the 33-yard line. So it's going to be about a 4th and 2 for the Wildcats. So Mentor will be desperate here for a stop, get the ball back, and will need a score of any kind here. Now all of a sudden you're down to that 2-possession threshold. You know, you could conceivably, if you can get the ball back, you could even kick a field goal if you wanted to and then go back and try to the onside. But first things first, none of that's going to matter if you can't get a stop here. Fresh set of downs with 4 minutes to go, and St. Ignatius, with Mentor only down with 2 timeouts left, it's going to make it awfully tough here for the Cardinals. They've made a valiant run here in the fourth quarter. Lenahan is back at running back. We haven't seen him at the backfield in a while. Next to Papish. 4th and 2. Lenahan gets the carry, but he will not get to the marker. At least from the early vantage point. Now, this will depend if they marked him and had one of the side judges has him at the 30-yard line. If that's the case, that's enough for a first down. From where we were looking from the far side, I didn't think that Lenahan got there. Officials may choose to measure. Boy, I got to tell you, I didn't think he got it. But Lenahan was apparently able, they will bring the chains out. It's a very quick movement of the chains. Stretch out. First down, Wildcats. Well, Lenahan got what he needed when it looked like he was not going to get there. Just barely, but a first down for St. Ignatius. And again, Mentor only has 2 timeouts remaining, and the Wildcats can really now go to work on the clock. I would love to look at that replay again. But somebody may have heard my lips saying, I'm not going to show the replay. I wonder why. Well, it was, yeah, I would love to see it too. I'm sure it was close, but we'll proceed as Papish on first down. Gives to Georgia, started left, cut back right inside the 30, inside the 25, and Joey George is brought down near the 23-yard line. Got about 7, and it will bring up a second down, but clock continues to move, and Papish can really be choosy here with the clock. How about this? Cleveland Heights rallied to beat Elyria tonight, 29-22. Tyler Carey tells me the Tigers tied it with 1:02 left, and they returned to fumble for a touchdown with 7 seconds to go in the game. Congratulations to Cleveland Heights. They advance. Papish will, play clock. I think the clock looked like it expired, but they'll say he did get the play off in time. Gave to Georges, and Georges will take it to about the 22, and Mentor will spend a timeout. They've got 1 remaining with 2:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. 35-24 St. Ignatius, trying to salt it out here in this final quarter. So let's see. Cleveland Heights will, for their win tonight, you win. Tigers, an all-expense-paid trip to the Beehive to play Medina and Drew Aller next Friday night. So everything now in Region 1 is completed with the exception of our game here. We probably would have been done had it not been for approximately a 15-minute power delay early in this fourth quarter. Half of the lights went out after Mentor had scored a touchdown. But it has been an entertaining fourth quarter. Mentor at one point started this late in the third quarter into the fourth, down 35-10. Put a couple of scores on the board, but they have not been able to stop St. Ignatius on this drive. As backup quarterback Joshua Papish has come in relief of Joey Pfaff. He's got Joey Georges in the backfield with him. It is a 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats at the Mentor 22. Georges will be cut down behind the line of scrimmage back at the 24-yard line. Some late pushing and shoving again by the Cards and Wildcats. Mentor will spend their final timeout with 2:53 to go, and it sets up a 4th and 4 for St. Ignatius. So Mentor can no longer stop the clock, but they've given themselves one last gasp here if they can get a stop. Otherwise, St. Ignatius can pretty much run it out from here. So 2 teams will head to their respective sidelines here, and Chuck Kyle will try to draw up one more big play here. Well, as I see that here, are they bringing in the field goal team? Yeah, they are. They're gonna try a field goal here. Although in this situation, again, watch the fake. But if you the feeling though here is if Eldridge could hit the 41-yard, could hit the field goal here, and it's going to be a 41-yard attempt, then you put the game back to 38-20. It's still a 2-score game. I don't know if I really. Interesting tactic here, but yeah, Chuck Kyle is. I would never question his decision. As they will try it here. Snap is down. Kick is blocked. Kick is blocked. Ball trickles out of bounds. And Mentor will take over with 2:47 to play. Down by 11. My only thought, again, as you said, if you kick the field goal, it's 38-24. It's still a 2-possession game. Mentor would still need 2 touchdowns. The difference here is by still being up 11, conceivably Mentor could get a touchdown, with a 2-point conversion and a field goal. I'm just surprised that St. Ignatius just didn't try to get the first down with their offense there and run it out. But, Chuck Kyle's got confidence in his special teams. That case, though, that kick was blocked. So, a last gasp here for Mentor. Snow ready. First down. Looks left. Throws left. Pass caught at the 30. It's Norwood breaking away. Goes out of bounds at the 35. Gets 11. That's a first down. That's exactly what the Cardinals need. If you can't get a big chunk play, then get something that stops the clock because, again, Mentor's out of timeouts. 2:40 to go. Cardinals need 2 scores here. Harper will be the deep man in the pistol. Robasek to the right of Jacob Snow. 3 wide receivers. Fake handoff. Snow in trouble. Steps up. Rolls. Throws. Pass caught. Norwood out of bounds at the St. Ignatius 49-yard line. You hear the boo birds. Crowd wanted a penalty of some kind. Didn't get it. And it's a first down for Mentor. And suddenly they're right back in Wildcat territory. If you get something close here, I wonder if they wouldn't kick. If you can get to the 20-yard line here, I wonder if they wouldn't just kick the field goal and then go for the onside there quickly. Snow looking left, dumps it off. Harper at the 45 to the 40, tries to get out of bounds and does so at the 34-yard line. Gets 15, clock stops, 2:26 to go. St. Ignatius 35, Mentor 24. Cardinals not giving up. Again, it's interesting here. If you can, obviously, if you can get a touchdown, you want the touchdown. But I just wonder if there's a threshold here for Matt Gray to say, okay, we're close enough. We need points. Let's just kick here. First things first, from the 34, Snow looks, throws left, incomplete for Norwood. Pretty well covered. He overshot him. Taliak was over there with Norris on the far side. Clock stops, 2:21 to go. It'll be a 2nd and 10 at the 34 for Mentor, down by 11. Farley and Norwood are out to the left, and you've got Kish to the right. Both Farley, for all the attention for Norwood tonight, he's been terrific. Both Farley and Kish in the fourth quarter have come up with big catches. Here's Snow. He's ready. Looks deep for Norwood. He's got it at the 10, to the 5 and out of bounds at the 4. It'll be first and goal, Cardinals. Snow to Norwood on a beautiful pass. And the Cardinals now with 2:14 to go have a first and goal at the 5. And another dime by Jacob Snow. Man, when he's been on tonight, he has just absolutely been terrific with his throws. Well, now you can really here try to get 6. Harper in motion, trips left in a triangle for the Cardinals. One receiver right, play fake. Snow looks to the end zone, throws low, and it's incomplete. Boy, I'll tell you, I think St. Ignatius wanted a holding penalty, and whoever was who thought he was being either held or face masked absolutely went off on the officials and is going to get called for an unsportsmanlike, I assume. Yeah. I didn't see who it was. Let's see. It might have been Braden Lair now that I look there. And that helmet off, and I know absolutely you're frustrated, you're upset, but you can't do that to your team. Even if half the distance is from the 5 to the 2.5, you can't afford to lose your temper like that. Second and goal, now from the 2.5. Out of the pistol. Here comes an option. Pitch. Harper dives to the end zone. Touchdown on a beautiful play by Jacob Snow. Again, with a little option look, it was a high toss where only Evan Harper could get it, and he scores his 3rd touchdown of the game. 35-30. 2:05 to go. Well, now you go for 2 here, I would think. Because now if you get it, you get the 2, then you're only down a field goal. And then you're going to need an onside kick. They've resisted doing the traditional old-school onside kick to this point, but now we're going to have to see it coming up. What an amazing comeback by Mentor here in the 4th quarter, being down 35-10 at one point. Now they'll go for 2 to see if they can cut it to a 3-point lead. Snow, play fake, rolls left, looking at the 5. He'll try to keep it and take it in, and he does. Jacob Snow runs it in for 2 to make it 35-32 with 2:05 to go in the game. They were looking for Snow to throw to Mitchell Waite out of the backfield. He was well covered, and Snow, I think once he got to about as he was rolling, he was back at about the 10. He made his mind up. Okay, nothing's there. I'm going to do it. And a terrific piece of running to the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Now, with Mentor having no timeouts remaining, it's going to all come down to an onside kick. 35-32 St. Ignatius. Well, what do you know? It was a classic tonight, folks. Just when you thought, oh, it's a blowout, it's 35-10. Mentor refused to quit. And now we'll be looking for Matt Mogling to put this somewhere where his teammates can beat St. Ignatius to the football. Have to get to at least the 50 before Mentor could pounce on it. Here we go. Onside for the Cardinals. They have to execute this. Here we go. Ball will go to the 48-yard line. Let's see, did Mentor get it? They say they have it. The officials haven't concurred yet. I thought a Wildcat had gotten it, but then it looked like there was a pylon for it. Well, let's see. Two teams both pointing. We got it. We got it. No, we have it. St. Ignatius says they have it, and the officials concur. Wildcats come up with the recovery. Wildcats will take over at their 48. Mentor no longer with any timeouts left cannot stop the clock with 2:03 to go. Oh, Cardinals really thought they had made the recovery. I believe that was Joe Norris who ended up recovering that onside kick for St. Ignatius. It was either Norris, just kind of looking over. It was either Norris or it was Damon Frabata. One of the two came up with that football. And now Ignatius can head to the victory formation with Josh Papish, and they will head to Stowe next week because Mentor can no longer stop the clock with 2:03 to go. I'll tell you, that was a great comeback, but St. Ignatius did what they had to do. They will not victory formation for the moment. Lenahan will get the carry. He will take it into Mentor territory inside the 45 and down to the 44. Boy, that's dangerous. And again, Marty Lenahan is a great running back. Don't get me wrong, but it's just in this situation, you would. But I think Chuck Kyle's thinking is, look, I want one more time. I want one more first down if I can get one here before we go to the clock situation. Down to 1:30 to play. Just so many things can happen, though. You can get somebody reaching in there and poking the ball away, and all of a sudden it's a different game. 2nd and 3. Papish will have Tompkins move out left, give the ball Lenahan. He gets the first down and dives ahead to the 36-yard line with 1:13 to go. And now I believe the Wildcats can go to the best formation in all of football, victory formation. Chuck Kyle, I was looking down at Chuck Kyle. He actually made the motion himself to go to a knee. Chico's the best. 39 years, and he still, number one, he still has it. Number two, he still has a lot of fun. As we are down to 47, 46, 45 seconds, 44 seconds. And let's see, 2 seconds, 1 second. Now they'll go to a knee. And they don't have to actually run another play here, and I don't think they will. St. Ignatius will improve to 7-4. They will head on the road to Stowe next Friday to play the Bulldogs. I'll tell you, you're looking just for, hey, I want to go out, I want to watch a good high school football game. I'd go to that one next week. I think that one's going to be two terrific teams playing off next week. But tonight at Byers Field, St. Ignatius holds off Mentor in another classic between these longtime rivals. Your final at Byers Field, St. Ignatius 35, Mentor 32. Mentor will close out at 5-6, but played hard, played well tonight, and you know what? The Cardinals are going to, spend time in the offseason. Matt Gray and company retrench. One of the first guys to take his helmet off was Brennan Vernon. He's going to be one of their returners next year before he heads to South Bend. Mentor will retrench, and they will be back next year. And they will be a force to be reckoned with for sure. No doubt about it. But in this one tonight, it was really a battle of momentum between these two teams. First half, second half, Mentor had the early edge, led 3-0, led 10-7, and then St. Ignatius scored 21 straight. Actually, yeah, they scored 20. Let's see, was that right? It was 10-7. They scored 28 in a row to take a 35-10 lead at one point in this game. And then Mentor came back and put 22 points on the board in the fourth quarter to absolutely make this an amazing game. By the way, kudos to the staff here for their stats tonight. Outstanding job. Final numbers shaped out like this. For total offense, Mentor finished out with 485 yards. St. Ignatius 390.
Time of possession, St. Ignatius had the ball for over 29 minutes to about 19 for Mentor. Individual numbers, just a lot of great achievers on both sides tonight. Let's start with St. Ignatius. They get the win 35-32. On the ground tonight, Joey Georges, 22 carries for 132 yards. He did most of his damage in the second half after Marty Lenahan, 17 carries, 116 yards, did most of his damage in the first half. So, I mean, they combined tonight 248 yards and 2 touchdowns between the two of them. Charlie Dunston had a touchdown run, 2 carries for 3 yards. Sean Martin, 4 carries for 13 yards. Joey Pfaff, 8 of 15 passing tonight for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. He left the game in the fourth quarter with an injury, so we have no idea about his status next week. But keep in mind, though, for St. Ignatius, Joshua Papish played very well down the stretch as Pfaff was coming back from his previous injury. So, you know, I think if they have to go to Papish next week against Stowe, they'll feel confident in him that he can handle the job. Mentor tonight led by Evan Harper. He was terrific. 15 carries for 112 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns to go with 3 catches for 35 yards. So offensively, Evan Harper had 147 yards of total offense and 3 touchdowns. Jacob Snow, after a tough first half and even into the third quarter, when it became desperation mode, Snow was brilliant. 22 of 38 passing tonight, 356 yards and a touchdown. Michael Norwood had 13 catches for 178 yards and a touchdown. Evan Harper, as we mentioned, 3 catches, 35 yards. Nick Farley had 2 catches for 96 yards. And they only gave you 4 options here. But as I think about it, Sam Kish had a big catch to set up a touchdown as well. It just didn't have it on the stat sheet, but wanted to give him credit for that. And then as far as defensive leaders tonight, Will Robinson, 10 tackles for St. Ignatius. He had 1.5 TFLs. Jack Godoulding had 11 tackles, as did Chris Finucane. And Caden Burkholder had 2 tackles for loss. Godoulding had 1 TFL for the Mentor Cardinals. Wow. When you add it all up, it was a classic tonight. And we mentioned at the start of the game, by the way, and that stat still holds true. This is, again, the 5th time the two teams have played each other twice in a year, both in the regular season and in the playoffs. In each case, the team that won in the regular season lost the playoff rematch. Tonight, that was Mentor. Previous times that had been St. Ignatius. That also snaps a 4-game winning streak that Mentor had over St. Ignatius tonight, coming into tonight. So a lot of those stretches and streaks, some of them ended, but some of them kept going. And it was a classic tonight, no doubt about it. And hopefully this will be a sign of what we can expect here over the next few weeks when we bring you playoff action right here on WKYC.com and the rest of our social media platforms. So that is going to do it for me here tonight from Byers Field. We will let you know as early as we can next week where we will be for week 2 of the postseason. I mean, Tyler Carey and I will probably know here in the next hour or two, but we'll let you know as early as we can. And also remember, go online early next week on Monday to vote for our player performer of the week. And if you vote, you have a chance to win a free meal from Chick-fil-A, our partner here on the Game of the Week. Chick-fil-A, home of the original chicken sandwich. Make sure you pick up Chick-fil-A at any Northeast Ohio location in Cleveland, Akron, and Canton. All right, that will do it for me tonight. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Again, your final from Byers Field in this opening round of the Division I Region 1 playoffs, the St. Ignatius Wildcats 35 and the Mentor Cardinals 32. I'm Dave DiNatale for Tyler Carey. Thanks, everyone, for listening, and have